It's time for the Scare Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Dam.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast, wonder what specifically talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands, not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in, so expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get moving. Almost gonna walk through the door. You're just like some sludging. It's just having fun. A special guest on the stage
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
And I'm Justin Ham. Hi. What to talk about? Man, the Friday the 13th movies are really fucking weird, man. That's a weird franchise. Jason,
that's the sense I get.
Yeah, Jason keeps coming back, and I think my new favorite one might be the one where he goes to New York, because that's a thing that they did. He just randomly he stows away on a boat, because so for those that don't know, you can't really kill Jason. He just comes back, because really the only way to stop him is to bind him in the lake. So occasionally somebody fucks up and unbinds him from the lake. In this case, for some reason they had him binded to a power line, and then some guy drops anchor, and then it gets snagged on the power line, and then Jason is revived, and then he makes his way down the river and stows away on a ferry, and then kills all the graduating class of the town that the camp is in. It's a whole thing. And then they go to New York, and they're only there for the last half hour of the movie.
That's really false advertising on that film.
All of them are. The worst one is Jason Goes to Hell. That might be the worst Friday the 13th movie, by a lot. It's terrible.
Did you see Jason X yet?
I have not, but at least that one's stupid, and that one I can. Jason X is at least. I feel like I might have seen that actually a long time ago. Jason X is at least you get what you pay for. Jason is going to go to space and things are going to happen. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
When you get that story that long in the tooth and that level of escalation, you have to go to space.
Right.
They did it in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
They've already gone to space.
Yeah. So Jason Goes to Hell is just flat out false advertising, because you assume okay. All right, let's end on Jason Takes Manhattan, which is part 7, I think it's 7 or 8. So Jason goes to Manhattan. He is then dissolved in toxic waste that gets flooded in the sewers of New York. And I was like, you know what? I buy it. And so after that, you assume, I guess, he's dead, but I mean, of course he's not dead. So then we enter Jason Goes to Hell. Now, Jason Goes to Hell is an absolute fucking trash fire. It starts out with Jason is there. He's going to murder this lady who's in a cabin that's near the camp. Okay, great. This is classic Jason, But it turns out that the lady is working with the FBI to catch Jason. So then when they lure him into a trap and they shoot him many times and then blow him up with an airstrike. And I was like, that's kind of funny. So then turns out, Julian, that if Jason's heart can hypnotize people into eating it, and then he starts to take over people's bodies and then they become Jason.
Okay, I actually like that. That's a cool bit of lore.
Yeah, I guess
I'm kind of into that. That actually makes the Terrifier series make more sense to me.
Okay, great. That's fine.
Because Terrifier starts out as it's just a crazy serial killer clown.
Yeah.
And he gets killed, but then something evil reanimates him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing that is now controlling what used to be this serial killer seems to be unkillable, but it makes sense in the lore, and like there's like a little bit of like a cult of personality around this entity.
Yeah, Jason's kind of similar to that, where Jason is like, okay, like for the most part, he's kind of invincible, but like he can, you can fuck him up bad enough to where he actually stays down. And in fact, like I can't remember which number it is now off the top of my head, but like he legit dies, and then like he's done. They have a grave for him and everything. And then for some reason, the, I guess, quote, hero of the thing, Tommy, I forgot his last name. He comes and revives Jason, or he digs Jason up because he's going to light his body on fire. Cause he's like, he's not dead. I promise he's not dead. We got to go light him. We got to go burn the body. And some guy from his mental institution is there as well. And he's like, all right, let's do it. But then Jason murders them both, and then Jason, I think lightning strikes the grave, and that's what revives Jason. So, he's fine. Then that's when he becomes kind of more of a supernatural entity, and we have to bind him in the lake to stop him. It's a whole thing.
So you're saying that Jason Goes to Hell is after he gets dissolved by the toxic waste?
Yes. He doesn't go to hell until the end of the movie, and you never see him. Like when I see the name and you see like the art or the title cover, right? It's like it implies like Jason is already dead and he is going to go fuck some shit up in hell. Like it's going to be him versus demons.
If I'm doing that movie, what I do is it's a direct continuation of the last one where it seems that he was like utterly destroyed. Right. And he actually is dead and in hell. And the first half of the movie is like him battling through hell.
Yeah.
While there's other stuff going on in the real world.
Sure.
Like
I'm into that.
You got stakes for when he gets out.
Yeah.
Like people, there are people on edge, like, no, I don't believe that he's actually gone or whatever like that. And doing like some sort of research into hell or whatever.
You would think this is how the movie's going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's fighting through hell and like does such a good job that it's basically like hell can't contain him. And so then you establish why he can't be killed because he'll just always come back. That's what it should be.
That's what I thought it was going to be. It's not that. It's him body snatching with people, and then he gets the idea like, okay, look, this is how I'm going to truly come back. Is I'm going to have. I cannot remember her relation to everything, but she's like this pregnant girl. Oh, she's a Voorhees. Somehow she's a Voorhees, and she's pregnant. And he's gonna come back through her unborn child. That's his plan.
Sure.
So it becomes a mystical man shows up and he has a cowboy hat and he's like, look, you got to stab Jason with this magic dagger. And he gives her the magic dagger and is like, you got to do it. And she does it. That's kind of the long and the short of it. And then demons drag Jason to hell. And I guess that's the movie. Like it outside of the end stinger, which is the Freddy versus Jason setup. That's the only thing in Jason Goes to Hell that is worth seeing is like the very last 5 seconds where the clawed hand of Frederick Krueger comes up and pulls the mask down into the dirt. That's it. It's weird. What a weird fucking franchise. Oh, it's kind of fun to watch, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's fun there to be had. I've never gone past the first movie. Maybe one of these days I will.
Yeah, it takes a. You know what? Just put it on while you're doing other stuff. It's not a hard plot to follow for the most part until it becomes like really ridiculous, and then nobody really knows what's going on. So it's fine. Like even the people writing it don't know, so it's okay. That's the movies I've been watching.
Excellent.
Thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate it. So this is going to be the first episode of November, and I would just like to announce we're recording this on Halloween. It's the 31st. Actually, been well, I haven't left the house. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows what it's like out there? I tried to order 50-cent corn dogs on like from Sonic through Grubhub, but they weren't having that shit. Like, who in this economy, are you kidding? Maybe if I had gone there in person, but
that's probably the only way the 50-cent corn dog works. Everything's marked up on all the delivery sites, though.
It is, it is. But it was like regular price. There wasn't even like a special or anything.
Interesting.
But yeah, it was weird. Like I started out the month like or last month actually watching a bunch of horror shit, and then for whatever reason, actually I know the reason. It was two things actually. One is very real and one is very dumb.
Sure.
The very real is that it didn't start to feel like October until yesterday.
Sure, that's fair.
Weather-wise. Yeah. But then also I realized that I had not seen the Dancing Pumpkin Man like at all this season.
Dancing
on social media.
Oh, there's a social media Dancing Pumpkin Man.
You've seen the Dancing Pumpkin Man, the guy in the black onesie with the pumpkin mask.
Okay, yeah.
Doing the dumb dance.
Yeah. Okay, that's Okay, I didn't know that was a sign of the time.
Oh yeah. Well, it is. For
I don't
me
really
anyway.
pay attention to people's dancing.
I'm just used to seeing him all over the place, and I just didn't see him this year.
Usually around Halloween is my turn to. It used to be when I was on social media more. Was my time to tune the fuck out because it was like, here's my costume and here's a bunch of weird shit like that.
Right, it's everything that you hate.
It's everything that I get annoyed by. So I'm like, yep, I'll come back in like a month. Right, that's pretty much how that's gonna go. Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to say for the record that I realized that by the time this has come out, I have already failed. So
okay,
it's November. I already failed the assignment. I'm not ashamed.
That's fine.
Just putting that out there.
I watched enough. I'm almost to where Freddy is going to fight Jason. So I watched enough horror movies.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about horror movies, Justin. I was talking about November.
Oh, just November.
I've already failed the mission for November.
What was the mission for November?
It's no nut November.
Oh.
And I guarantee by now I've already nutted.
That's fine.
So yeah. Just saying, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I've probably already shaved my beard.
What's the idea of that anyway? I've never actually known.
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad I'm not
honestly
alone.
it probably is propagated by like some sort of weird like right wing thing that people aren't aware of because right wingers are like oddly weird about masturbation.
I gotta know now. I gotta know what's with.
And then real quick announcement for patrons. We do have a winner for next month's Suffer Select. We will be playing Rail Break, nominated by friend of the show, John Gholson.
Yeah, okay.
That game, I hadn't looked at it until I posted the poll, and that thing, I'm not sure. I don't really know what to think about it. We'll have to wait and see once we get into it.
Good.
And also, I never really like advertise the Patreon all that much. Like I just kind of think that, if you like us, or if you like our show enough, like, and you want to support us, like you'll find it and whatnot. But I think it is worth, highlighting once in a while. And we did a bonus episode of Cinemorons this month for executive producers, which was Black Swan. We just recorded The Crow, which was the regular monthly episode, which probably will come out a few days after this episode goes live. And then of course, Suffer Select going on strong, and it's really proud of the stuff that we're doing there. We even did a super secret episode for a super secret listener. So you support us, and we appreciate it. Absolutely is what I'm trying to say. And to that end, just I like to share the wins with the listeners. And this month we shattered actually our all-time monthly download record.
Well, good for us,
Justin.
See, who needs No Nut November, Julian? We are doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our previous record was 394 back when Addy and 60 started downloading every episode.
Right.
So that's two people downloading the entire back catalog. So that added to the numbers quite a bit. The number as of recording right now is 625.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, I looked up what the hell that's all about. It's just some weird online bullshit. I don't even who the fuck cares? That's stupid. That's just dumb.
But I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if the weird online bullshit comes from some sort of weird like backdoor right wing shit.
I would not doubt it. Yeah, some view it as mental resilience or some fucking stupid.
That's their grift about it.
Yeah. What a fucking,
it's really bizarre.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's like Andrew Tate people saying like that it's like gay to love your wife.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Oh boy. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else were we doing?
You were off again this week.
I was
correct?
off again this week, and I'm off again next week. It's fun. I'm having a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
That sounds a nice break.
That sounds all right.
It's not bad. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. It's not bad.
Like I know that's not technically a vacation, but like having a job because one of the things that I really love about my job, like it has been very stressful and I don't think that I'm doing very well at it, but the benefits have been very nice. And one of those things is that at the first of every month, I accrue 8 hours of vacation and 8 hours of sick time. So it's like, it's always replenishing. And, it was nice to be able to take 6 days of vacation, which was turned into a 10-day break.
Right.
Over 2 weekends and still having like a nice chunk of vacation there in reserve. Right. So like I took today off, and I'll talk about it later because I went to go see a movie like really late last night, and I was like, I could zombie into work the next day, but I really would prefer not to.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And it was nice to just be able to do that.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
We were required to say like at the end of September. Or no. It was at the end of October. We had to put in like if we wanted to take off any time in November and December because they want to make sure that like everything's covered, that there's not like super like basically nobody. Like, we can't have like massive gaps in coverage and whatever. Yeah. And I was like, no, you know what? Like I was looking at the schedule, and it's actually we've got like really generous time off for both November and December, and I think there's also like 1 or 2 optional days that if I work it, I earn an extra day of vacation. Oh, nice. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to work it. Like I'm good having,
build it up. Yep.
4 days off for Thanksgiving and 4 days off for Christmas. Yep. Like I'm golden.
Yep.
But then I'm going to probably take a week in February.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't actually get up to all that much this week, so why don't you kick us off?
Okay.
Because at least one of the things I know well, actually, 2 of the things I want to talk about we share in common, but one of them is a movie.
Yeah. I would like to start by finishing what I was talking about last week, which was Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I'm glad I remembered that. I finished it, and it's good. It's fine. Like pretty much everything I said last week pretty much stands. I remember being like, I've read that the ending's pretty disappointing. I can confirm it kind of is, but not in a way of like, oh, none of my choices mattered. They did. It was just, how like, I know Fallout 3, I think, is guilty of this. A lot of the Fallout games are pretty guilty of this. I think even Mass Effect 3 is kind of guilty of this. If I remember right, it was like one of the big reasons people were disappointed in the ending, where like you expect kind of this big grand finale of like all your choices coming together at the end and doing stuff, but it doesn't really do that. It just goes to that like screen of like, here's some artwork and we say what happened a little bit. It's that. Which is a bummer. I mean,
I kind of expect that though. I'm kind of all right with that.
Sure.
The ending of Mass Effect 2 was it had never been done before and kind of hasn't been done since. I mean, I don't know how Baldur's Gate 3 shakes out. Maybe there's a little bit of that in there.
3, I don't even know. I can't remember now. I know they did a lot more to it. 3 kind of had like more of a like, at least when I played it, and this was like pretty much at launch, it had like scenes and like stuff sort of resolved, but it was kind of disappointing, but like they added more to it now, so it's a lot different. And I
hard to say because
keep meaning to go back to that.
I do remember that a lot of NPCs that I would talk to would be like, well, see at Baldur's Gate, like everybody was heading that way. So I was like, oh man, when I get there, it's going to be like popping off.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Some of it is,
and then I got there and couldn't beat any of the fights.
I get you. But yeah, this one is kind of just like, this happened and this happened, and that's really about it. And I'm like, okay, now that's the end of the game. It's fine.
You seem cooler on it this week than last week, because last week you definitely
it's still good. Like I really I'll put it like I'm gonna try to say without spoilers. It kept leading me in a certain direction to the point where I was like, okay, yeah, that's probably what's going on here. And like, I started to get hostile toward a certain character because of that. Like I started to be like, I'm pretty sure. And then at some point they did another thing and I went, wait, I think I might be wrong. And then they kind of said, no, don't worry about that. And then I was wrong. It was cool. I did like how certain things played out, and I did really like the character of Fabian, who's kind of the voice in your head. He's like the detective guy. That character is really fun. He's really great. Ultimately, like, yeah, I wish there would have been a little bit more, because even at the end, there were certain things I was like, I wish I would have had a chance to just have one last conversation with this person and this person, just to see how certain things, if I could like shake things up a little bit right at the very end and kind of make I feel like it's one big conversation or meeting with everyone short. Like there should be almost a round table at the end being like, okay, how do we all want this to go? And that's how it, in my opinion, it maybe should have went, but it doesn't matter.
You want that right before final battle of Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect 3, where it's like everybody's there saying their final bit. Yeah. And
there's a lot at the end that needs to get resolved, and they kind of just do it in like a really, that little splash screen type thing. But like, I'm still like, but no, I feel like I could have talked to this person and this person and really hashed some things out, but we don't do that. So
sure.
And it's not like they aren't still around. So, but yeah, it was, I still liked it. It was good. The combat was, oh man, the final boss fight was bullshit. Even on casual, that fight was awful. God, that was bad. They throw a bunch of ads at you, and then the final boss like teleports around, and like by the time you turn around, a lot of the time she's like already teleporting somewhere else, and you got to find her again. And then you finally hit her with a thing, and then you can only advance the phase by getting up to her in time, but she doesn't stay stunned for super long, so she'll just like blink out of it, and you're just like, I'm just not fast enough to do this. I just suck at video games. It was a nightmare.
So some notes about that.
Sure.
Because when you were describing it, I mean, I picked it up for myself, but I got a gift for friend of the show, John Gholson.
Sure.
Because I was like, this sounds right up his jam, or right up his alley. Because like when we're talking about like the 7s out of 10s, that like kind of the flawed gems, that's kind of his wheelhouse. And I know like he really liked Thaumaturge, that I think came out this year.
It was this year or last year or something. I know I've seen that game around.
Yeah, he really liked Vampire from Don't Nod.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is kind of, similar like janky-ish action RPG, but with some really good ideas. Yeah. And so when I brought it over to his place, he tried it out. And so I got to watch the beginning of the game, but he didn't update it. It was one of the things where he was like, I just want to play the game. Like, I don't want to sit here patching it. So he started without updating it. And interestingly, Justin, when he went in to start the game, the difficulties were set at, it was like easy, normal, hard. There was no casual. It defaulted to normal.
Yeah, interesting.
There was no casual, and it didn't default to easy. It
defaulted to normal. Oh yeah, I believe it.
And then also, I guess we didn't see any options to actually like customize the character beyond gender, which I actually didn't even know that you could pick the gender.
Yeah.
When he got to that option, I thought he was picking the voice in his head. And so I was like, oh, well, I know that Fire is female because I saw that in the review.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cooler to have like a guy in your head just for like the
no,
because that's what I liked about my Cyberpunk playthrough is like I played a female V and then having Johnny in there I thought was a good like play off of each other. But then watching him play like the beginning of the game, I was like, oh, I'm into this.
It's kind of neat, yeah.
The shit that he was doing, and then like when he had to do stealth, I was like, oh, that's that just the right level of dumb stealth that I'm into.
Now,
like
it's like that in the beginning, but it kind of gets bad once you get into the world. I felt the same way. I remember being like, oh man, I can just like walk right around these guys and they don't even expect shit. And then once I got out into the world, they were kind of on me immediately. So
interesting.
Be wary of that. It's still a fun game, but like, I'm still
looking forward to checking it out, but there's something else that I'll probably prioritize before that, which we'll talk about later.
For sure.
Or maybe now. I'm not sure.
Who knows? But anyway, I finished that. And I finished it right before I decided to spend the money and play Outer Worlds a couple days early because I was just like, I don't got shit else to do. And it's right there.
God, you're part of the problem,
I know
Justin.
I am.
You're paying for the service.
I've acknowledged that more than once, Julian, and I know this about myself. I know. Absolutely.
The funny thing is that it's not even FOMO because it's not like.
It's not.
You're really like on social media and stuff, seeing people post about it.
I was just bored. I was just like, it's right there. I could pay this much and play it right now, and I got nothing better to do, and I'm off all day. Fuck it, let's do it. So I did it, and that game is The Outer Worlds 2. It doesn't have a subtitle or anything. It's just The Outer Worlds 2. That game is fine. I don't hate it. I'm not near as high as I was hoping I'd be on it, though.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think there's some weird choices in that game for me personally. Like, some of the stuff that I really enjoyed about the first one is just kind of not really present here. For example, like, a lot of the capitalism gone absolutely wrong and crazy stuff is kind of streamlined in this one, where it's just like, no, this one company took over everything. And I'm like, I get it. That's kind of probably how that would play out. I do understand that, but that's sort of the reason I liked the universe to begin with. It was like all these like weird dumb companies that were just fighting each other and shit. And that was entertaining to me. But that's kind of absent here. It's just one company. It's Annie's Choice, and they're like a faction and stuff.
Right, a big merger of two of the corps from the first game.
Yes, and then there's the let's see. You start out as like a Earth. What is it? The Earth Defense Force or some shit like that?
I think it's Earth Defense Force or Earth Defense League.
Something like that. Yeah. They're Earth Defensemen. They're there. You're them, and they have a big commercial, and it kind of has the humor from the first one, and that's cool. And then you're like immediately it dropped into like this kind of like basically fascist faction that's has their own little space station thing, and you got to break into that, and it's a whole thing.
It feels like they drop you into BioShock like partway through, because like the society is very much like we're completely insular, and we have this whole like leader that is like it's like this cult personality around them, but also if you get out of line, we're gonna like send you to re-education therapy that's gonna basically like brainwash you into obeying it's perfect leader and stuff like that.
And they're the main bad guys of the whole thing. Like they're always like they're just like the bad faction that is bad pretty much. You then, go to, after some stuff happens, you go to the first planet, and immediately when I got there, I was like, okay, let's, see how this is going to go. And then slowly as I'm going, I was like, this is starting to feel like the part of Outer Worlds 1 where I thought the game started to drag, where it was like, I feel like there's almost too much to do on this planet. And I started to feel that way, but I'm not saying everyone would, I think a lot of people do like a little bit more to do. It's simultaneously like too much and not enough at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, because the entire point of the first planet is you're gonna go to this thing that we show you, like as soon as you land, you want to go there. That's where the person that you're trying to get to is, or has been. You're gonna go there and do some stuff. Okay, cool. Now, that place is a big base that's guarded by the bad guys. You got to figure out a way to get in there. There's multiple different ways that you can get in there. I screwed up at some point. Like, I thought, and this kind of pissed me off. I was talking to a guy, and I thought, I did a quest for him, and I went back, and then he was like, okay, but before we do that, I have one more thing I want you to do. And I said something along the lines of, like, I thought I was joking around because I was just being a smartass most of the time, where I said something along the lines of like, oh, I just get back from I see how you are. I just come back from this one thing and you got something else for me to do. And he was like, okay, yeah, just fuck it. And he just didn't give me the quests. But I ended it on like, hey, like he was like, okay, so I guess you're not going to do this. And I said, oh no, I might be back. We'll see. Like, I was just kind of fucking with him. And then I went back and he was like, no, he wouldn't give it to me. Like, there was just no dialogue for it. I was like, that feels weird, but okay.
Right.
Because like, basically there's two different quest givers that will get you into this thing. And I had already burned the bridge by talking to this guy. So with the other person, which that's fine, I don't mind that, but it was weird. I
don't like that because I've seen people play Mass Effect 2 wrong, where they want to play a renegade character, and so they think, oh, you always pick the bottom choice no matter what.
No,
and
that's
it's like,
just not content.
No, but because then you're just like saying no to all the quests, and it's like, no, you accept the quest, and then the renegade choices come in the course of the quest.
Yeah,
throughout the entirety of whatever you're doing. But to me, it's obvious that you're declining the quest by the dialogue choice. And what you described there does not sound like you are declining.
I thought
anything.
I left it open, but I did. Yeah. I did not leave it open. It was just like, no, you just don't have this anymore. And I was like, that really sucks, but okay, because it was gonna lead me to this other town that I hadn't been to yet. Now eventually I just went there on my own, and I was just like, fuck it, you guys are my guys now, so just what do you need, because you're gonna get me in here. That's the only way I can do it. So whatever you guys want me to do, I'm here for it. It was fine, but like, there's like, I actually ended up turning the difficulty a bit down because I'm bad at video games, for one, but I started on normal. But like, I got to the last, like, I got to that thing, and I felt like I had done pretty much everything that I could do. Maybe there was some stuff that I missed here and there, but I had explored what I thought was pretty much everything. And like, there was guys that were just like fucking murdering me. Like, I just didn't have an answer to them. And it was like, yeah, come back here when you got some better gear and stuff. I was like, what better gear? There's none. If there is any, I don't know where it's at, or I just don't know how to put a character together, which that's fair. So I was just getting murdered, and I just knocked the difficulty down and then did it that way, and that was fine. And it felt like the only time I got a good gun was when I beat like the last boss on that fucking first planet. And then I went to the second one and met another faction who was all about math and equations, and they had an equation that would predict the future, and I was like, that's kind of fun. But then, I walked around the same camp looking for some random dude that I didn't know where he was for about 15 minutes to a half an hour. And then I kind of went, I'm going to put this down. I'm just getting kind of annoyed by this. It's okay, that game. It's fine. I don't hate it per se, but I also, like, I'm not finding like the companions, like Outer Worlds original, like they give you Parvati right off the bat. Like, there's actually some pretty good characters, and the more you get to know them, the more you start to like them. And it's not that these ones are like terrible or anything. I just didn't find them that interesting. Like
I mean, it's crucial because Parvati's one of our like all-time favorites.
She's great. I love her.
I know I really enjoyed like the Reverend character.
Yeah, he was fun. Yeah,
like the Huntress. She was one of my favorites.
There was in
the first one.
There's some good ones in there, and this one they just feel really generic to me. The original opening guy is just kind of like a dude, and then you meet another girl on that planet. And on the first planet, her deal is she's a grafted soldier and has like 3 arms. Like she has an arm growing out of her back that'll eventually kill her. And I was like, that's kind of okay, but I just, as a character, didn't find her that interesting either. It was rough. I was just like, give me somebody to cling to. And then, I also forgot to mention, they do a similar thing to like the first game where like you get off the first planet and they're like, hey, there's 2 different places you can go. And one of them's like a big like store thing, like a big town store type thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds like what there was in the first game. Let me go there. And I got there, I was like, this feels way less interesting than the first one was. Because the first one was like, it had all the different little companies and they had all their little spots and all that stuff. At least in my memory, they did.
And there were like actual like quests and factions and stuff.
No, that's not here. It's just like there's one faction and you walk around like a little bit. There's a couple things to do. There's stores, and that's really all there was there. And I was like, this is kind of a bummer. I don't know. Personally, I'm not super high on that game, and I wish back to what I originally said. I wish I was higher because I went in like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna be my entertainment for however long. Because I'm gonna be into this. I'm gonna be locked in, and then I was just like, man, I had to get real with myself one day. I was just like, I'm just not having that great of a time with it. I kind of put it down. It's not a permanent down, but you know, for right now, I don't think I'm gonna go back to it.
What type character are you rolling with?
Let's see. Now that's some of that stuff is pretty cool. I kind of made like a renegade. I wanted like a bounty hunter, but I just wanted to be smart ass to people all the time and just see what happened. And that was kind of fun, but sometimes my renegade character goes a little too dark, but every now and then I think that's really funny to do. It's just like every now and then you just go too far. I don't know. They also have like, I picked a perk that gave me extra things to say, which was like space captain or some shit. And sometimes that's kind of funny, but I don't ever use it. So cause I was like, that's not really the character I was going for. I just thought the ability associated with it sounded good. So that's why I picked it. But one thing I think I like that it does is when you level up, sometimes it will kind of, or if you do certain actions in the world, and I keep thinking this might have been in the first game, it'll like pick up on certain like habits that you have, which I think is fun. Like it picked up on leveling up that I kept putting points, like I was doing a little bit of a flat build kind of thing where I kept like, let me put a couple points into here so I can go try to see this other quest that I haven't been able to do. And it picked up on that and was like, hey, we picked up a quirk in you, and it seems like you like to you're like a jack of all trades type of person, and you like to do this. So if you take this perk, you will get an extra skill point every level, but you can't level up the stat that you have that's the highest. So you can't just, max something out and then, move on to the next thing. And I was like, the more I did the math in my head, the more I was like, no, that sounds actually all right. Let's do that. Like that sounds kind of how I'm playing right now.
Right.
So that was kind
of that was not in the first game. That's a cool new thing. I like that.
Picked up on, and I appreciate this too. There was one I walked into. I have a thing with these types of games where sometimes I will justify stealing to myself. I don't like to steal if it's a thing, but like if I murder everybody there over whatever and everything is still marked as stolen, no, I'm not. At this point I am looting. This is not stealing to me. So I will justify it to myself. And I stole a bunch of shit from someplace, because I think everybody was dead in there, but it still marked it all as stealing. And it picked up on that I was stealing a lot, and it gave me like a kleptomaniac quirk. You don't have to take it. In fact, it warned me like, hey, this is like, if this is your first playthrough, you might not want to do this. And I was like, okay, cool. Thank you for saying that. Cause it was like, you will just randomly steal shit and you probably will get caught a lot. But I was like, okay, that's kind of fun. Yeah. It was stuff like that. It has some good stuff and some bad stuff. That's kind of, the review I read was like an 8 out of 10, and I could definitely see that personally.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually surprised when because we recorded Cinemorons last night, and we talked a little bit about it, and you were like, yeah, I'm not all that jazzed about it, and I was like, oh man, I'm hearing great things, about it. And I started it today. I'm not that far. I basically got to like the title card, like basically through the opening area. I really like the way that you can build your character. Sure. And I wanted to play a character that's basically the polar opposite of what I did in Outer Worlds 1. Because in Outer Worlds 1, I was like, I've never played a complete moron in a game before. Let me play a complete unga bunga moron who, like, all he does is goes in and hits things, and he fires big guns. And like, I locked myself out of a shit ton of quests because he wasn't smart enough to, hack the computers or pick the locks or understand what people were saying to him. It was kind of fun, but at the same time, I was like, I know I missed out on some shit. Stuff.
Yeah.
So this character, their background is professor, so they're kind of like a space Indiana Jones background. They're a genius, and they're also sneaky, like, because I wanted to do some stealthy stuff. But the cool thing is that you can take an extra trait with a negative trait. With a negative trait, and I like that. Yeah. And what I took was sickly, because I was like, this makes sense for this character's build. Yep. Like, their makeup's like, they would probably like not be the healthiest person, which is why they're slinking around in the shadows, like, to kill people. And right away, like, the background stuff, I really liked the way that, like, even in the first, like, when they set you on your mission, like, the dialogue is very seamless about bringing in like those traits into them talking about you, and like even in the couple hours that I played, it had already come up a few times.
They constantly do, which is nice. Like I've used my renegade stuff a lot, and it's for the most part it's pretty fun every time I do it. Sometimes I'm like, that's not exactly what I wanted to say right here, but I wanted to go for like this, like, person that was running from some shit, but has been through a bunch of stuff and seen some stuff, and they're here, and they're gonna get the job done and be an asshole about it. And that was kind of my idea. Does it always play out that way? No. But
yeah. And so that brings me to a couple red flags that I saw, and it sounds like you might have confirmed some of it, maybe. So in the first mission, like, I mean, you can say that you want to just like go in guns blazing, right? And there's a specific forked path where it's like, hey, do you want to go to the right and just like fight through these guards, or do you want to go to the left and like
try to sneak through? Yeah.
But before that, there's a part where it's like, hey, we need to like power on these doors, and like I had found extra stuff around because I was like, because I think one of the characters is like, hey, like, do you want to do this or that? And I was like, oh, well, I don't have like what I need to hack something. So but I did find this guy's key card. So I think that I can like bluff my way through, like shutting all this shit down. And then I talked to somebody like on the comms, and I identified myself with like the correct credentials and stuff like that, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I was like, that felt bad, because usually with games like this, when you have gone out of your way to like find the extra shit and like you're applying it to like the conversation, that's like, a way forward.
That particular one, is like you find that card or whatever, and you say that you're this person. And I remember he's like, oh, that guy, that's weird, because that guy had this, and he starts to get really like hesitant about talking to you. And you have to pass a speech check, I believe, at some point to convince him, if I remember right.
There wasn't any indication of any type of speech check.
Yeah, I think they hide some of the options, if I remember right. But I actually was able to talk him into letting me in.
Okay, that felt really bad because I felt that, like, well, again, I guess if they're not surfacing like the speech checks, like that's kind of a problem for me.
They show them,
if it's a thing where I just like missed the role or whatever, it's like, okay, like, you know, that's the story of my fucking life, so fine.
Well, no, I think they hide them. Like, they show that there is another option, but like you don't have the stuff, so it's not here. It's just like a blank spot. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have seen that, right. Yeah, but I don't recall if
it might not be. I can't remember. I feel like if memory serves, and I could be wrong, because I put a lot of points into speech, and so I think there's like in fact I think the majority when I first started was like all speech points. So I think that's how I got through that, but I don't remember. It's been a bit.
Yeah. So basically, like I had to like sneak my way through the drones, which I did. I got past them, didn't get spotted. I was like, all right, and then I made it like all the way through. I powered down the security, didn't get spotted once. I was like, okay, sweet. And then the path to like the goal, like the bridge had been raised. And there was like, it's like, okay, find another way around. And there was like a place where like it was like there was a key card that I was missing, and I'm like, I don't know how I could have missed that because I've like searched everything. And then I ended up talking to the guy that I talked to before and failed again, which then caused like a full on just pitch firearms battle.
Yeah.
To which then like the person on the inside was like, can't you do anything right? And I was like, I don't know what I did wrong. And it felt super shitty.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I've done the shit, like I've found the shit, and like I'm in other games like this is like the path to success,
right? And
you're telling me that like I did my due diligence and I still fucked it up somehow, and I don't know why.
I mean, I think one big grievance I had was not so much with that quest. I didn't have too many problems with that one. But then again, I went the guns blazing path because I was like, I'm not building towards stealth. I don't feel like doing stealth. I've done enough stealth for a while now. I just want to shoot things. So let's do that. And
shooting feels good.
It's okay. I hold shooting too high of a standard because I keep playing Cyberpunk, and that's my problem. That's my problem. I know that. That's my cross to bear. And usually, like, I get to where I'm like, the shooting doesn't feel all that great, and I'm like, that's because you've been playing Cyberpunk. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's why. It's fine. The shooting is fine. I won't spoil it, but at the end of the first planet, when I did like a real big thing, and I remember being like, okay, cool, I bet a bunch of people are going to have a bunch of stuff to say about how I did a good job on this thing. And I went back to a few places, and they're like, oh yeah, that was fine. And that was really the reaction I got. I was like, I feel like that should have been a bigger deal, what I did there, but you know, whatever. Also, so there's all these ways to sneak into there. And then there's like, maybe there's like a express elevator that will take you out of it. And then immediately when I got outside, I was like, oh, and I'm just fighting. I just have to fight my way out of here. I should have just fought my way in here to begin with. That would have been better. Like it didn't feel like there was like a sneak back all the way through path or anything, because it's wild. I didn't think the end of that planet was very good. And I don't find it particularly well balanced. There was one spot where they half-ass warn you as you're going along, like it's on the way to like the other town that's on the first planet. And they're like, yeah, along the road, there's these people that keep opening fire on everybody, and you might want to stay away from there. I was like, fuck those guys. They ain't shit. And then immediately I was like, oh, those guys are some shit. Those guys are fucked up. Let's not, like, I tried it a couple times. I was like, yeah, I don't got shit on them, so I'm gonna have to go around there, and that's fine for like a higher level type thing, I guess. But like when I got to the end and did what I felt was significantly enough to get through all of that, and then it turned out that like, no, everybody here is a fucking badass and you aren't prepared for it. I was like, don't know what else I could have done to be prepared for it. Yeah, it didn't feel that great to me. Yeah. I don't know. I'm very mixed on that game right now. I keep telling myself I'm going to go back to it this next week, but I'm still not 100% sure. So yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, those were a couple red flags of like where like I thought that I was doing what I needed to do for the mission to progress in a certain way, and then was told, "Nope, nah, son." And I was like, well, oh, "Okay, that's weird." And so I'm worried that that's going to keep happening. But the other thing that I'm a little, and it sounds like this doesn't play out. Okay. So I kind of agree with you that like, you know, one of the things that I liked about, well, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I might talk about it more as I get into the game further. But like, you know, we're getting into a point where parody is almost like insulting because the real shit happening is just so much worse. Yeah. That it's not funny anymore. And so I can understand a sense of like, I'm not here for like the capitalism is bad joke thing, because it's like, no, we were very aware because it's like actually super terrible right now. But I liked the setup because the video advertising like the unit that you're in is like, oh, we're, you know, call us in, you know, to fight like evil capitalist like corporations, like greedy corporations that are overreaching, or fascist governments, or when corporations team up with fascist governments. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be really cool when you find out that like this is propaganda and you're actually like the fascists that are working for the corporations.
It doesn't feel like that's the thing.
It does. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that's where it's going. And I'm like kind of bummed that because that setup I thought had a lot of promise. Did
you get past the opening part?
Yeah, so I'm on like I guess my ship now. Like after the time, right? Got you. Like after the time has passed. There's a time pass, and then like like it's once you get to the first planet and you mention where you're from, people are like, "Huh, didn't even know that was still around anymore." Okay, cool. And that's basically so yeah, it's just a non-issue.
It's pretty much a non-issue. Yeah,
that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's barely treated with any gravitas at all what you are, even though it feels like you're part of a big deal in the beginning. Yeah, it's I don't know.
But part of a big deal that I was hoping was going to be the big bad, and then the game was going to be you learning that you're part of the big bad, and then that would be cool. Getting out of it and fighting against it, because like I'm still waiting for a game to make good on the promise of Haze on the PS3, because the idea of Haze was like you're in this like elite military squad and it's like oorah, like let's go fuck some shit up, blah blah blah. And then you find out that the reason that you're all like that is because you're being like pumped up with drugs that actually cause you to see the world in a much more positive light than it is. And once you start to get off of it, like but the problem is that like it was twofold. Right. They revealed that twist like before the game even came out. And then also it's like it's not like this nice slow burn where like the first half of the game is you learning that shit. Yeah. It's like almost immediately that like you break from it and then you're fighting them. And it's like there was so much cool potential there of like seeing like the glitchy of like, oh, now I saw the real world for a second and then they shot me up again. And like, what the fuck is going on? But you don't, they didn't do that. Yeah. And I'm still waiting for someone to do that. Yeah. I think that's a really cool premise for a story.
It'd be good. But yeah, it's totally, it's the game's fine. It's just not, and I can also acknowledge this as well. I just came off of playing a big first person RPG type thing in Vampire, so I might be like slightly burned out on the genre at the moment.
And you also just went through like a bunch of Cyberpunk, so you're going like one to one to one.
Yeah, exactly. Like one after another so I might be slightly burned out on the genre a little bit. I can, and that's another thing that I've told myself a few times. I'm like, you did just come off of playing a few of these, so like it might not be the game. Like there's certain things where I'm like, yeah, it could go somewhere. It could be okay. I'm sort of fascinated by where it plays out. But not as into it as I was the first one. I think I really liked. I think the brevity of like some of the stuff in that first game is what makes it kind of cool, because they're almost like just like RPG situations, almost in a much tighter package. You know what I mean? Like that first planet is very like kind of cut and dry. Like you talk to people in that first town, and then as you go to the place that they send you to, stuff happens along the way, and then you make your decisions and you come back. The thing plays out, and then you move on. And I'm kind of like, that was really kind of awesome and cool how that all went down, in my opinion. And there were tough choices to be made and stuff like that. That's kind of neat. But like here, it's kind of like, I don't know. I didn't feel like there was ever really that tough of a choice. Like I was always kind of like, yeah, that seems like the good guy thing to do. I guess I'll do that. I don't know. It's
which also sounds like kind of against the character you're building. I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes, yeah. It's weird. I kind of just like to intimidate people. Like I like to intimidate people because I've seen some shit, but I'm also like gonna do the right thing at the end of the day because it's me. So that's just how it goes. Yeah, I'm not super high on the character. Like as I was going, I was like, I don't think this is what I thought it was gonna be. like as I go, and then I just kind of own how random they have bipolar disorder. That's what I keep saying to myself. Sometimes they just go with whatever. It's not canon. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So yeah. But yeah, Outer Worlds 2, it's fine. I might play more coming up here, and we'll see where it goes. I'm on the second planet now, like I said, and I think the math people are funny. They're entertaining, but also they're to me, I hate all of them, so that might play out kind of interesting because I'm just like, you guys are fucking stupid. Even though they're probably right, who knows? And
I'm also wondering if maybe it's the inverse of the last game, where the first planet is like the front loaded one, and then the next ones are shorter, and maybe there's like one last one that's like moderately large. So it could be that you're already through like big bulk of it.
This one looks just as big as the first one that I went to, though. But maybe I'm wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, Outer Worlds 2, it's fine.
I would suggest probably like taking a break from it and maybe finishing something else before you go back to it.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Let's see. Do you want to go, or do you want me to keep going? Because I can keep going if you want.
You've got more. Okay.
Other games, yes, that I played.
Yes. Okay. Well, before we get to that, let's break it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
With the return of the very popular segment.
Oh, thank God.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. I don't want to wait for all nights to be over. Well, you came and you gave without taking. Guilty or innocent.
Is it still going?
It's still going.
I can't tell.
Going, yeah.
So I'm like, it seems longer than I remember.
Once I hear Transformers, it's done. So yeah.
Yeah. Judge my mix, Justin.
Okay.
So this time I do have one that I queued up, and then we'll do a listener one, and then probably, again, we're not doing this every episode, but when it does come back, I think I'm just going to stick to like, we got some listener ones building up.
Excellent.
So we'll knock those out. This one's going to hurt. I'm pretty sure this one's going to hurt.
Okay, good.
This mix was called Music with No Apparent Theme, Justin.
Okay. All right.
Kicking things off with John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, Hearts on Fire from Rocky IV.
Oh boy. Huh.
It's a medley song.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty unfamiliar with most of the Rocky soundtracks outside of, like Eye of the Tiger and the Rocky theme itself.
This is like the poor man's Eye of the Tiger. It was like
they had one in every movie.
We need something on par with Eye of the Tiger, and this is the one for Rocky.
They had
IV.
one in every movie, so yeah. It makes sense. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay.
Next, Weird Al Yankovic, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That's always the one that I wasn't ever high on of his. I'm not like the biggest Weird Al guy to begin with. Like he's perfectly fine, and I enjoy him and as a person.
I thought you didn't like him at all.
No,
Okay,
I like Weird Al. He's totally fine. This one I always was disappointed in because I really liked the Nirvana song, and I would watch MTV when I was way too young to be watching MTV. And I would always want that song to come on, but it was always at that time that I was watching it, it would always be the Weird Al one. And
the funny thing is that the music is close enough that I'm never sure which one it's going to be. Even
the music video is very, very similar too.
Yeah. When I was listening to the mix, I was like, "Oh, Nirvana," and then I was like, "Oh no, it's Weird Al." That's okay. I'm happy about
that. Yeah.
Third track, Yuna, 1,000 words English version from Final Fantasy X-2.
Okay, sure. Is that like one of the songs where she sings or whatever?
Yeah, it's the big concert from X-2.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this so far isn't too bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought all of those were gonna
this is fine. Final Fantasy X-2 music is kind of fun. Weird Al's fun.
See, I felt that soundtrack in general, you would just be like, oh god.
No, I enjoy. I like that game. I love the idea of that game.
Do too.
I think that is a legit fun one to play. I thought the battle system in that was really fun. So yeah,
it's my favorite Final Fantasy battle
really
system.
Fun. Yeah,
full stop.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Next, another Weird Al track, Jurassic Park.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one.
It's the spoof of MacArthur Park.
Oh.
Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
I will say that even though this has no apparent theme, I can tell that it was definitely one of those where I would pick a song and then I'd be like, I want more of that.
Yeah, sure.
Because next up, Survivor, Eye of the Tiger.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's a jam, man. It is. It's hilarious. It'll get the blood pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It's very funny. The irony factor, funny thing to me is very high right now.
So my thinking was that your overall rating would be super low, but the irony tilt would be kind of high.
The irony tilt is pretty high right now. Other than the second Weird Al song might knock it down. I like Weird Al, but I don't know the second song as much. There might be too much Weird Al, so let's see.
Okay.
If there's only two, then that's fine.
Yeah. Aqua, My Oh My.
Oh boy. You and the obscure Aqua picks. Yeah, I definitely don't know that song. Nobody other than maybe you knows that song, Julian.
It's a deep cut from Aquarium.
Deep cut. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
BJ Thomas, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Okay. That's good.
That was one, and again, I've said it, I don't listen to music very often these days because I will just break down. And that was one because but it was nice to see because it was I really am a product of my mom's music. Sure. And it wasn't that I started listening to it after she died. It's no, I've always listened to it. Yeah. And so I would actively put music that I grew up of hers listening to in mixes.
Yeah. It's a good song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Showed up in Death Stranding 2 and fucking wrecked me, Justin.
No, I believe it. Yeah.
Because it was a whammy of that song, but then the choreography to the song was the choreography of Singing in the Rain.
Ah, yeah.
And I was you're hitting me on both sides of this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Next, Bare Naked Ladies, Light Up My Room.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know that Bare Naked Ladies song. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It is a Bare Naked Ladies ballad.
Oh God.
So I'm sure that's right. That is relevant to your interest. I'm sure that's right in your wheelhouse.
I'm sure that's in everybody's wheelhouse, Julian. Okay. Well, yeah, 2 deep cuts from music things that you're into. So that's interesting. Okay, continue.
Next, Billy Joel, We Didn't Start the Fire.
All right, the irony factor there is pretty high. That's pretty, that's,
Also the source of our production company, Space Monkey Mafia.
Sure. Yeah.
Productions. Yeah. That's where that lyric comes from.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This next one, you're not going to remember, but it was part of a failed bit that I tried to do for the Patreon.
Okay, good.
Caroline Spine, Varsity Blue, the title track from the Varsity Blues soundtrack.
I do remember that song. That was the one that you played, and you tried to get me to react. Yeah.
I wanted Justin to react to it, but the problem was twofold. One, he couldn't get over the visuals of like the fan video because it was just like a bunch of pictures of this band that nobody knows because they haven't done shit since this.
Yeah. It was like 5 pictures.
And the audio mix was a little bit too low, so he wasn't paying attention to because this song would piss you the fuck off.
Oh, I believe it.
And that's what I was hoping for.
It's not good. I do know that. But yeah, the audio mix was
it's fucking
low.
great.
Yeah, whatever you say. I'm glad you enjoy it.
The Creation, Making Time, which is, I believe, a 70s track. This comes from the Rushmore soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
So
don't know that one, I'll admit.
Yeah, I only know it from the Rushmore soundtrack.
Fair.
Like I know that it's like a classic rock song, but I have not heard it outside of that context.
Oh, should I look it up?
It's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, let's look it up. Hold on. Let's get old YouTube up here.
The Creation, Making Time.
The Creation. All right. I know how to type. I'm not very good at it. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. All right. What do we got here? They have a actual music video for it, but that's not what I want. That's an ad. Oh, YouTube. Oh, you're a mess. Okay.
It really is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And that's an ad too. But they always like, the ads are starting to work on me because they always try to sell me hats now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have heard this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in a lot of movies, if I remember correctly. It's not like one of those songs that I definitely know, but I know that riff. So yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
And it's got a sound, right?
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, The Darkness, Growing on Me.
Okay.
I own 2 Darkness albums.
Yeah.
But this is from the first one.
Darkness was what was their big song? I know it.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
That's the
Just
one.
listen to the rhythm of my heart.
Yeah. Not a fan. Don't know any of their other music. I'm not even gonna look at that. I'm just like, I just don't care for them very much. But people really like that song, so I can't hold it against you too much. So yeah.
I love that album, and I love the second album.
I think people liked them. So
yeah. Next up, Dusty Springfield, Son of a Preacher Man.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
actually good song.
This next one, this is the one. This is the here's the Jesus Christ.
Okay.
5 for Fighting, Superman, It Ain't Easy.
Oh, I gotta look it up. Hold on. I know that song. I know that song. Give me a sec, because is it Superman, you said? 5 for Fighting Superman. Yeah. Okay. God, I know this song. Is that the one?
I can't stand to fly.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not that naive.
What year was this? Jesus Christ.
Probably like 99, 2000.
Hold on, I can find it. Oh, that's the mix. I don't want the mix. Yeah, I remember this. Is this the one? Yeah, okay, yeah, I know this song. This is very much something you would listen to. This is exactly what you would listen to.
Saccharine and morose at the same time. Yes. That is Julian Titus music to a T.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's the thing I had to listen to today. You should listen to we stopped watching it like about 15 minutes to the end, but we were watching the last, well, not really the last one, but Freddy's Dead, and that had the most 90s fucking soundtrack I've ever heard. It's a bunch of like I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of nobody bands in it, but like every single song is like, God, this just sounds like the fucking 90s. And it's all like weird grunge rock that's like kind of downtrodden. It's weird. What a fucking God, that's a weird soundtrack.
I forgot to mention when we were talking about The Crow for Cinemorons about the 90s lighting.
Oh yeah,
like the 90s music video lighting, because it's all over that movie.
And his fucking guitar solos on the fucking roof or whatever the fuck that was, and that shit kept cracking me up every time. That was beautiful. What a fucking movie.
Next, Lisa Loeb, Sandalwood.
I'm unfamiliar with that Lisa Loeb's. To be fair, I'm unfamiliar with most Lisa Loeb songs, but
yeah, that's a deep track from her first album when she was still with Nine Tails.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, say it sounds like probably most other Lisa Loeb songs.
It does, which
that's fair.
It's fantastic.
You've heard one, you've heard them all. That's fine. Listen. I know that sounds like an insult. That's every single band. I don't care who fucking fight me. Almost every single band sounds the same. That's why you like the band. You shut up. Yeah.
There's
a few.
Those few that really like mix things up.
And those and those are special. But 90% of bands out there all like kind of have a style, and they stick to that style and they go for it.
Yeah.
And that's
when you hear Flea on bass, it's Flea on bass, right?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, every song sounds the same. Like Flea is a great bass player, don't get me wrong, but like they are really like a rhythm bass band. Like it is drums and bass, and then they just kind of make it up after the fact. And yeah.
Next up, the Monkees, Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, my mom liked that a lot. So yeah, my mom was a big Monkees fan. She used to love the show.
The show was great, dude. I used to watch it on Nick at Night.
Yeah, that's what whenever it'd come on, she'd always try to get me to watch it. So yeah, big fan of. Yeah, the Monkees are fine. They for a fake band, they were fine.
Yeah, I like them better than the Beatles. Fight me.
Ooh, that's deep.
Yeah. Next up, Paula Abdul, Knocked Out. It's a deep cut from her first album.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is a deep Paula Abdul cut. Wow. Okay. Why not? That's beyond.
Honestly, Justin, when I listened to this mix, I was like, I want some more Paula Abdul.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Dude, there's times, it's usually on a Saturday night, when I will go down a very depressive old music video rabbit hole on YouTube until like 3 a.m. Right. But like one night I was watching Cold Hearted Snake by Paula Abdul, and I'm like, you younger people just don't understand. Right. She was a fucking sexual icon. Yeah. Like that was like one of the hottest music videos to ever exist.
What do you mean? She was the lady on the American Idol.
Right. Yeah. Next up, The Police, Every Breath You Take.
Okay, good. That's a good song. Okay. That's a good song.
I was expecting a completely opposite reaction to that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a really great song. The best part of that song is actually how it says what it's trying. It's trying to be a creepy song.
And people don't
notice it. There's weird little discordant notes in there and shit, like towards the middle of the song, where like it starts out as this really like, oh, this is a sweet thing, and then slowly gets like starts to sound more sinister as it goes. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, I must have been aware of it at the time, because the next pick is Radiohead, Creep.
Hey, all right. That's a karaoke favorite of mine. It's funny because like Radiohead hates that song. Like they hate.
I know they refuse to perform.
They won't do it anymore. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. They got. I mean, that talk about a band that got real weird as they went. I like Radiohead though. I think OK Computer is one of the greatest albums that I've ever listened to, and I stand by that. Like that, which is the album after this one. That's Pablo Honey. Pablo Honey's kind of in the ballpark where a lot of it is more in the rock universe. That was before they started to get a little abstract, I would say. Radiohead's a fascinating group as they go. They always try to change shit up and do weird shit, which I respect. I don't always like what they do, but I always respect it. And Creep's a good song for what it is. They can hate it all they want. I get it. That's the story of people's lives, right? Or bands' lives, especially. Like you make a hit song and suddenly everybody wants to hear you play it, and you don't. If you don't like the song,
you start to resent it.
You start to resent it, or like all this.
Even if you loved the song, if that's all people want from you, you're going to grow to hate it.
You can't get away from it. So it's very much a thing. So yeah.
And then rounding out this trilogy of like weird, obsessive, love question mark songs. Spike, Rest in Peace, which comes from the soundtrack to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Once More with Feeling.
God bless. You know what? Yeah, that's the end of it. That's the end of the mix.
Judge my mix, Justin.
Pretty man. That's not bad, honestly. That's really that's an okay one.
I'm shocked. Yeah. I thought you were going to be like pulling your teeth out the whole time. I think
there's a lot of fun tracks on there. There's definitely some jank in it. Don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, I and trying not to grade on a curve here. It's mixed up well. You got some oldies, some new stuff. Some of the the deep cuts are fun, but like that's just for you. And I'm gonna try to make a new thing where I don't judge people for their deep cuts. I may judge them on the bands that it is, but that's neither here nor there. Julian, I think that's almost like an 8 out of 10 right there. Honestly, that's not bad.
I am stunned.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's honestly, I was as you were going, I was like, this isn't that bad. There's some shit that I'd be like, yeah, this is fun. This is all right mix. Like,
I was writing these down and I was like, Justin is going to crucify me for this one.
I bet, like, if I was listening to that, like, as every track would come on, like, there were certain ones, like the 5 for Fighting one's like, oh god, but like I mean, you probably lost 2 points alone on that fucking song, but. Like that's neither here nor there, but as it would come on, I would probably either laugh or be like, all right, yeah, that's pretty cool, this is pretty okay. Like it would have either that reaction. So yeah, so there was only a few groaners in it, so yeah, okay, God bless. Yeah, no, I think that's an 8 out of 10. That's the best one so far.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay, well,
I think so.
So I have a few queued up there, or there's a couple in the comments, questions, or concerns feed. So I'm going to tackle one of these. And then, like I said, there is a dedicated Judge My Mix channel now in the Discord, or you can also just send it anywhere that you would send your normal stuff, like via email or, comments to the show.
Absolutely.
But this one comes from Big Baker.
Okay.
Who says, all right, have a submission for Rate My Mix. Digging through some old CDs with the hubs.
Oh boy.
Our senior year likes were very different. So here is his. Okay. This is her husband.
Oh, this is her. Okay. Got it.
Okay. First up, New Disease, Spine Shank.
Okay. I've never heard of that in my life.
Okay. Oh, and she's got it, the song and then the band. So.
Okay. So Spine Shank.
So Spine, yeah. I'll read it with band first going forward.
Spine Shank. Okay.
New Disease.
Okay. That's the first thing that comes up. What is this? Let's see. I don't think it's that. I won't get rid of my old video. Great. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Okay. Here's the official music video for this. But first, Kevin from Something has something to say for us about hoodies. But we don't care about that.
They need to be tactical,
yeah,
right? We have to have tactical hoodies.
You know it.
Yeah. Wire men.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy. I got to know where this goes. Hold on a second. He's some boys with some gelled up hair.
I've already found so many titles for the episode.
Oh man, what year was this? Oh Christ. They're doing something. Oh man. God, why doesn't it tell me the year anymore? I don't care about the lyrics, man. I want to know what year this came out. It's not gonna tell me. Great. Man. Okay. I've heard enough. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's some okay. It's something.
Next. Slipknot, My Plague.
What album is that from? That's very interesting. You don't have to get. What's the age range of Big Baker's husband? Do you know, Julian?
I would say like
we don't have
32, maybe 31,
younger,
like 30
on the younger
30,
end.
30 to 32.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So the high school for them. All right, yeah. Slipknot. What was the song again? I'm sorry.
My Plague.
My Plague. I don't need to look up what song it was. I can usually judge a Slipknot by year.
Maybe older than that. Big Baker's your age.
Okay, got it.
Because she's like exactly like 7 years younger than me, if memory serves.
Gotcha. This was 2001. Oh, this was off Iowa, the album that I actually went in on last time. So yeah, not a big. Okay, I don't need to listen to that. Okay. Continue.
Next, Hatebreed, Live for This.
I don't need to listen to this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay.
Next,
yeah.
Rob Zombie, Scum of the Earth.
God damn it, man. God damn it. Oh, I swear to God, if Power Man 5000 shows up, I'm just going to die laughing. Continue.
Next, Disturbed, 10,000 Fists.
That's pretty close. We're in the ballpark. We're going. Oh no. Oh, this. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Next, Poison Black, Rush.
What the fuck is that? I gotta know.
Poison Black, one word.
Poison Black. Jesus. This just sounds like some edgy boys right here. Some edgy, gelled up boys. That's Poison Black Rush is the song?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. It's the first one on here.
Not to be confused with Rush from Paula Abdul.
Yeah, not to be confused with Rush, the, one of the all-time greats. Okay, somebody's opening a box. Hold on. It has hats in it. I can't look at the hats, or else I will buy things. It's terrible. Okay. This is... Again, what year was this? Okay. This might be the best track yet, but it's not.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, I take it all back.
And then it went off a cliff.
This was 2006? Or that's when the video got posted. Well, probably about the same. Oh man. This sounds like a band that listened to Godsmack once and was like, yeah, let's do that. And everybody was like, but that's not very good. But we're going to do it anyway. Oh, man. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Next, Dope, Bring It On.
Yeah, man, Dope is pretty bad. I don't need to listen to anything by Dope today. That's not on my agenda. Continue.
Trapped, Headstrong.
Fuck. Man. God damn it. Trapped.
I love this. This is very fun for me.
Yeah. Fuck, man. See, your mixes are fun, Julian. Like, I would listen to your mixes and laugh. Like, I might make a joke if I sight unseen. If you played one of your CDs, like, I would get a good kick out of it because I'd be like, yeah, this is. But I know you, right? This is just like, this is like, you need to bury this in like consecrated ground at this point, because it is awful. Like this is a secret that should never be revealed, that somebody even made this mix. Fuck, man, I've seen this song played live by Trapped. They were at the worst fucking concert I ever went to, which was Motley Crue. It was Motley Crue. Papa Roach was there. Fucking Buck Cherry. Oh my god, just the list of awful that I fucking had to sit through that day would blow anyone's mind. But Trapped was the very first band, because that song had just come out. And they played it at the end, and I was like, man, these guys suck. And I was right, too. They are pieces of shit. At least some of them are. The ones that are on Twitter they suck. Just as people. And that song, I mean, to its credit, it is catchy, and I give it that. But god damn, what a piece of shit band. Okay. Yeah, that's Traps. What else is there, Julian? I'm scared to ask, but
Breaking Benjamin. Yeah. Until the End.
Okay, Breaking Benjamin, I believe, shows up. I've never been a big fan of Breaking Benjamin. They're okay-ish, I guess. They show up in one of the Halo games, actually. I think it's Halo 2. During it's now the music's replaced if you play the remake. Because I don't think they have the rights to it anymore, and I can't remember what song it was. You know what? Just for cool factor, I'm going to assume it's this song, and that's fine. I don't remember if it is or not, but yeah, I don't know. Breaking Benjamin has never been my thing. But yeah,
but does it cause you physical pain like some of these others?
Not as bad. I guess it's like semi-respectable, but yeah, continue.
Godsmack, no rest for the wicked.
How did I know that was coming? Oh man, yeah. This needs to disappear somewhere. Big Baker, if you're listening, don't tell your husband that you have this. Don't let them know, and just get some holy water immediately, and.
With an old priest and a young priest.
Both, and, bury it somewhere. Don't say any maybe say kind things. Whatever you have to do to make it go away forever and not return would be good. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Finally, Five Finger Death Punch, Meet the Monster.
Yeah, okay. Wow. That's a bad mix. That's so bad. That is like, so I love rock music. I do. But this is that 2000s rock that like we went down the wrong road for a while. And this was that road. And fuck, that's a really bad mix. If I gotta score it, man, that's like maybe a 1.5 at most. I'd be if I'm being generous, it's a 1.5. I honestly, you know what? I'm gonna irony factor wise, it's barely ironic because like there's certain things here that I would hear them come on and kind of go like, I can't believe you listened to this in high school. I'm assuming it's a high school mix.
Yes, yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. They sound like they went to high school around the same time I did. So, because there was a lot of rock like this back then, and even back then I was like, man, music's fucking bad right now, isn't it? It's not great. But here we are. I'm trying to factor the irony into here, and it's just not working for me. No, I'm sticking to it. That's the worst one we've had so far. That's a 1.5. That's terrible. Yeah, it's really bad. I'm sorry, Big Baker's husband. I'm sure you are a beautiful person, and I hope your musical tastes have evolved since then, because
I'm gonna give it a 3, because while there's stuff on there that I know I don't like Slipknot and Rob Zombie, there's stuff that I might be open to if I heard it.
Sure.
But it sounds like it's overall probably a little bit too much for me. not my type of like. It sounds like it's leaning more towards like the guttural screamo stuff that I don't like.
Not that. It's not that.
Okay.
It is. How to explain it? It's Disturbed is the big giveaway here. It's not guttural screamo. It's kind of just really, really generic rock. Like, we tuned this shit into drop D and we got a riff and we are gonna go with it. It's not even a good riff, but we got a guy who can kind of sing, but not super great. I don't know how to.
So Korn?
Yeah, but after that, it was what came after Korn. Like, it's what came after Korn and Limp Bizkit. It was like they tried to go a little bit more into metal, like almost. It's so hard to explain this. To me, I've always called it like the most. It's just really generic to me. Just it's sound wise, originality wise, like it's very generic. And that's kind of it. You'd almost have to listen to it to know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And that's why I gave it a 3, because there's a potential that I might be into a couple of those tracks, but it's hard for me to say.
It sounds like a PlayStation 2 rock soundtrack is kind of a good way to put it. If you heard those
right,
like, riffs.
because like I know that I hated the Prince of Persia 2 soundtrack, and I know that's like in this wheelhouse.
It is the Prince of Persia 2 soundtrack. It is that. It is that. It is like Warrior Prince or whatever with fucking, like I Stand Alone. Like, that's Godsmack. That's on there. That's it's that genre. Exactly that. We went down a very fucking dark path in music, in rock music, for a little while. It was not great. We still go down it every now and then when Disturbed decides to show their ugly face again. But that's neither here nor there. Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's awful. I like I said, I'm sure Big Baker's husband is a lovely human being. But wow. Yeah. That is by far the worst.
All right. Well, that concludes this edition of Judge My Mix.
Nothing's fine, I'm torn.
Oh yeah.
I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel.
Cold tonight. I was
Turn the radio on, I turn the radio
Mr. Lowe.
and this woman was singing my song.
okay. Good. I use the 500 Miles song to taunt Camelot.
Spare me this mockery of justice.
That's good. I like what you did there.
Yeah, I realized I went like way too long because I was like, I thought I picked the same number of songs as the intro. It's like, oh no, there's actually an extra one, but it's like, no, it makes it better. Like you keep thinking it's over, it just keeps going.
I know. I love how, like, if I would have made this exact like thing, you'd have been like, Jesus Christ, it's still going, and like I would get yelled at for that. But like if you do it, it's great. I enjoy it.
I yell at myself after when I press the button, I was like, oh, this is way longer than I remembered. And I'm like, shit, should I cut this down? And like, no, keep it.
It's great. It's perfect. We love it.
All right. Well, Justin, before we move on, I think I need a break. And also, Richard Harden, private detective, wanted to talk to me about some shit.
Yeah, he said something about that. He's fucking up terribly as of late, because we had a bunch of problems last time with the thing that he's been hired to fucking get rid of, and here we are. So
yeah, I mean, I really try to. I know he's trying to do his best, but he's kind of bad at his job.
Is he here to get a paycheck? I mean, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I like a noir detective as much as the next guy, Julian, but I mean, something's got to give here. Most of them are good at what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah,
but all right.
Okay.
So we will be back in a little bit, and we'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
It wasn't looking good for Richard Harden, private detective. After multiple dead ends and no sign of the Phantom, he attacked not once, but twice last week. I could feel the looks of scorn coming from the fat one and the skinny one. And even the burnout janitor started giggling when I'd walk past. I needed a break in this case. Anything. My reputation and honor were on the line. I only had a couple more people to interview.
Hello?
It was time to take things to the big
Earth
man
to
himself.
Richard.
Ah, there you are, Titus. Thanks for meeting with me. Yeah, I've been here for a while. You drifted off again. We really need to work on that. No idea what you're talking about. Look, you're a busy man. I'm a busy man. Right. So as busy men, let me cut to the chase. Are you in league with the Phantom? Answer me. Richard, my dude, do you hear how stupid that sounds? I hired you as head of security to stop the Phantom. Why would I do that if I was working with him? Deep down I knew he was right. It was a stupid move on my part, but I was grasping at straws. Straws that vanished when I got a hold of
Richard.
one. Vanished, like the love
Harden,
of my
you in there?
ex-wife. Listen, I want you to take some time off. This case is clearly getting to you, and I think some time away would do you some good. Can't do that, Titus. When Richard Harden's on the case, he always sees it through to the end. And I respect that. You're not off the case, just taking some time off to get your mind right, okay? Shit. What do you know about my episodes? The skinny one always made me feel uneasy. But what hit he told the fat one? I had to get to the bottom of this. But not today. Yeah, sure. You're the boss. I'll be going now. It's for the best, Richard. Look, come back refreshed, maybe with a new angle for this case. Oh, I'd be back. And sooner than the fat one was thinking. I had one last person to cross off my list. The one who seemed to be able to look into my soul. I had to interrogate the skinny one. And we are back.
Yep.
Justin, I believe you had more video games.
I do have more.
You got to this
more
week.
video games. Not too many more.
Good, because I don't have much.
That's fine. Let's see. I before I get to the better one, I'll say I've been playing the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire video game on PlayStation 5 for some reason. If you like trivia, it's not that bad actually. It's fun. I'm having a good time with it. They actually like do, you know, the phone a friend thing. Like you select a character that you want to be, and they have their own little bullshit lines and stuff like that. And then like they have people, they all have their own individual people that they can call, and they have their own voice work and shit. I was like, this is slightly impressive that they actually went and did this shit for this. It's not like the greatest thing, but I just enjoy trivia, and so I'll sit there and do that for a while sometimes. I'm not good at trivia, I just like doing it. But honestly, it's not that bad. They have like a wrestling DLC, so if you like wrestling and you want to answer nothing but wrestling questions, you can do that, and that's kind of fun. I don't know. It's not bad. I think it was on sale. That was the reason why I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll pay $8 for this and see if it's any good. So yeah, that's a thing I've spent probably too much time on this week, here and there. But the other thing I played that was, you know, actually a video game, I guess, was Ghost of Yotei. Oh, actually, there was two other things I played, but let's start with Ghost of Yotei. The more I play of it, the more I'm starting to come around to it a little bit. I don't think it's underwhelming to some degree, but at the same time, it does some shit that I think is really cool.
Yeah. I really like, I mean, the first game did this also, but I think it's more elegant this time, which is the discoverability of things. It feels very natural in a way that I really liked in The Witcher 3.
Yes, even the way of like, so while I was playing it today, so like the entire point of the game is you got to hunt down these 6 people, and you want to murder them. It's a very Kill Bill type thing going on. but you don't know where they're at. So you're going to these places and asking questions and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes you learn a little bit about some random thing. But today, like, some guy just approached me when I was just like looking for something. And like, it was just some random place out in the world, I guess. And they were just like, hey, you got a bounty on your head. I'm about to get that shit off you because these guys want you dead. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so I beat that guy, and then she interrogated him. And like, it went into like this whole like kind of cutscene thing where she was like asking him where these guys were, and he was giving me more information. And then like that stuff showed up on my map. And I was like, that's really cool how that did that. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah. Because you're hunting for the Yotei 6, but the leader of the Yotei, well, actually, he's part of the Yotei 6, but their leader also has a hit out on you. So other NPCs are looking for you. So it's this kind of like cat and dog thing going on. And I like that stuff. It's a little bit, it's a more fleshed out version of what you could do in Batman Arkham Knight, and then also the two Shadow of Mordor games, where occasionally you could like grab one orc and then get information on like get intel on, and then you could pick from the entire board of captains and then get a little bit of information on them.
It's kind of like that. I thought it was pretty cool how they did it. That felt really like natural and neat. The combat's like, I don't know, it's fine. It's completely serviceable. Like nothing about that game gameplay wise really stands out. At least not to me. I don't know if you feel differently, other than like, I did do the dual katana thing that you were talking about last time we talked about this game. And that was really cool. I like how they did that.
That is, if there's, and I think there's more of that because I've interrogated a few of those guys and they've filled out more of the information.
Same.
And it seems like there's a handful of the Yotei 6 who there is a master of a type of
that they're going after
weapon that they're going after. So I think there's going to be more of that. And if they handle learning those techniques the way the dual katana was, that's really cool because I thought that was just a really fantastic blending of mechanic and storytelling.
I agree. It was really neat. But other than that, like, it's the way you find stuff in the world's pretty cool. It feels like every time I'm going somewhere, I'm constantly getting sidetracked in like kind of a good way. Like I'll just kind of come across the thing and be like, oh yeah, what's going on over here? Even sometimes where I'm like, I could probably skip that. Now it's gotten me to the point where I'm like, no, I should go check that out, because every time I've done it, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I talked to that person because that turned out to be a whole thing. So cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got some stuff. I'm definitely going to play more of it over the next week.
It's definitely on my like one of the priority games for me before like the end of the year, but there's stuff that I'm more interested in. Like I really do want to go back and 100% Silent Hill, and there's other games. Like my goal last week was actually to like play Dark Deity 2, and then when my Steam Deck was charging, play more of Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I ended up just mainlining Dark Deity, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I did finally get to like my first like base to do like stealth, because there had not been like very many opportunities for stealth. Not. And it's fine.
I could see it.
I don't know, man. It feels, and maybe I just need to go back to Tsushima and just to like kind of refresh my memory, because my memory of Tsushima was that the combat felt like a lot more crunchy and immediate, where this feels very loose and imprecise to me.
I don't have that. It does feel a little loose. It almost feels very forgiving to some degree. Which is fine.
I think my thing is that she keeps like just like losing lock, and
the lock is almost non-existent in this.
Like she will whiff attacks where I'm like, the last attack hit and the guy didn't move that much, and it's weird that the next hit didn't didn't connect. Like I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
But maybe I just need to spend more time.
Yeah,
with
no, you could be onto something. To me, it was like, it feels fine, but it doesn't blow me away. Like, I'm not like, holy shit, this combat's amazing. It's nothing like that. I'm just like, yeah, it's serviceable. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not like super impressed by it. I mean, it still looks good. It's that just the discovery thing that it has going for it, I think is really cool. It has some ideas.
Have you done any of the bounties yet?
I did. I stumbled upon one that was pretty cool. I don't know where the other ones are, which is interesting. But I found some dudes, like some dude under a tree, and he was like, yeah, there's some guys in a cave. Here's their bounty information. I was like, oh, okay. And I went and fucked them up.
Oh, was it like the three guys
the three
in armor?
dudes, yeah.
Yeah, I did that one.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That shit's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Like I really like how that all flows. So it's a neat game. I'll play some more of it and see how I feel. But I've come around to it a little bit more since the last time I played it. So that's at least something. But outside of that, I guess the only other thing I played was I'm up to date on the game Dispatch. Yes. Which is
from former Telltale
devs. Yeah. So I really like that game. I wish it wasn't the episodic thing that they're doing, because I'm kind of annoyed that I have to wait a week for the next episode to come out, even though I have next week off. So I guess it gives me something to look forward to. I'm of two minds. I think I love the story that they're telling. I love some of the characters that are in it. I think
instantly likable, like some of those characters. Even just from what I played of the demo, I was like, oh, these are great.
They're really great. Legitimately funny, like legitimately made me laugh a few times now. It's very witty. The thing about it that I think doesn't work for the episodic model is that they have the whole dispatch minigame, which is kind of the main crux of it. And that feels very like, how to explain it? It feels almost like you get a flow going for it. And then like, if you have to spend any time not in that flow, it kind of fucks you up because you kind of have to remember what you're doing. I don't know. I don't think that particular kind of thing is built for like an episodic thing, but that's just me.
Well, also, like, you know, my thing just from the demo was like, oh, I really like doing the dispatch part, and I wish I could do more of this, but the demo's over.
Yeah. And I'm gonna guess that like the demo is like, I don't know where exactly it was, maybe the first episode or something like that, but yeah, like it's weird. I really do dig the storytelling thing. I've turned on the other weird thing. This is only in the first episode, but they have like an interactive, like you do almost like quick time events for the cutscene that takes place, but you can also turn that off. And then, so I turned it on. I was like, oh, this seems like a thing that, will, I guess keep me on my toes a little bit. So I turned it on, and then it only happened in like the very opening cutscene, which was strange. And then I haven't had any more after that. Most of it's just been dialogue choices and stuff like that. That's kind of weird, but maybe I'm sure it'll come back up at some point, but it was just kind of strange.
And for people who might not remember this one, when I brought it up with the Steam Next Fest, it is a superhero world where you play a character who used to be like an armored superhero who lost his armor, and is no longer in the biz, but you get a job as a superhero dispatcher, and you're kind of it's pseudo Suicide Squad ish, where it's like they've recruited like some like former villains or just like kind of washed up.
They call them the Z Team.
Yeah. And you're in charge of them. So it's very much like a Bad News Bears type of situation where they're kind of the worst of the worst, and you're also washed up, and you're basically trying to like you're a dispatcher, and so you're at your desk, and calls come in, and then you decide of your available team members who is the best person or people to assign to this task, and then you send them on their way. Meanwhile, like they're talking on the comms the whole time and talking mad shit about you and each other, and they also will sometimes go off book. Like some of them are kind of loose cannons.
Yes.
One in particular. It's really good.
It's
and
good.
then
it's very good. Like
Justin said, like it really the beauty is in the writing and the characters.
Absolutely.
Even just the handful that I met in the demo, I was like, oh man.
The fact like that those dispatch guys, they all play into the mini game that you're doing. Like you're sending these guys out. They all have their own little stats and stuff like that. So you're kind of trying to like fill in almost like a Venn diagram type thing that's going on with all that. And sometimes they all have their own strengths and weaknesses, obviously. So you got to think about that when you send them.
Kind of reminds me of Promise Mascot Agency now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. I maybe like this slightly better than Promise Mascot Agency, but then again, it's not done yet, so we'll see how I feel at the end. But I just mini game more. As to me, it reminds me of almost like the like a interesting version of the mini game from like the Yakuza 0, where you're kind of like just sending different hostesses to the tables to fill certain things and stuff like that people want. It has an element of that to it. The cool thing is like as the story's playing out, certain choices start to fuck with that stuff too, like that particular mini game and stuff like that. They also do some cool storytelling with it too, which I thought was neat. Which I won't spoil any of that stuff, but it's really cool. Very good game. I really want to see where it goes. I hate that it's episodic. I really think that's a not my favorite way to put out a video game. It's weird.
It had its time, and I get that the people who worked on this game, that's probably what they're used to. I was thinking there might be some sort of advantage to being able to get player feedback on the early episodes.
That's what it seems like they're trying to do.
But it's such a short turnaround that I don't know how that would actually really like change anything ultimately. And you look at like okay, so Hitman 1 of the World of Assassination trilogy was episodic, and then they threw that out with the second and third games. And then even like Life is Strange, right? Yeah. Like the most recent two games are just straight up, they were just games that came out for full price.
I've said this so many times while right after this was a thing, because it's been attempted a few times even after what I would consider its prime. People just don't watch or play things like this anymore in an people are used to like very, very rarely do things come out like that anymore. I think maybe Fallout is going to do that again, where it's just like, we'll put a new episode out every week or something like that. I guess when you're big enough, you can get away with it, but people don't watch stuff like that anymore. There's so many times where I'm just like, oh, I'll just wait till all of it's out and then I'll do it. And by then you're off the front page and people aren't going to maybe you're 50-50 on people remembering that or whatever. The only reason I bought it in the state that it's in fact, is because I thought it was just a done video game. And then my surprise, I get in there and it's like, oh, it's done. Oh, there's more episodes. Oh, fuck me. I should have just waited, but
I was excited for it, and then I realized it was only the first 2 episodes, and I was like, I will just wait.
Yeah, you can wait. There's 4 now. There's 4 episodes, and it's good. I'm still enjoying it. I'm very much liking where it's going.
What's the average on the episodes? Is it like a couple hours, or is it beefier?
Pretty short.
Okay.
I almost want to say maybe an hour an episode. It seems like a pretty short bit. I didn't really time them, and I don't know if there's any way to look at how long they took me to beat or finish. But like overall it's good. I'm really interested in seeing where it's going. I really like the writing and the characters so far. So it's almost like painful doing it this way because I'm like, I just want to, which is, to its credit, that's good because I'm in now, I want to know where it's going to go. But God, I think this is a really good game, and I think people are going to get turned off by the episodic thing. I think that really that is something that, especially in video games, people want to sit down and binge a video game and play it all the way through. And the PlayStation, it's only on PlayStation and PC. I don't think it's on Xbox or anything like that right now.
Oh, I didn't know it was on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation.
Oh, okay. I'd rather play it there.
That's how I'm playing it right now. So, but the PlayStation doesn't do exactly the best job of updating you on some of that stuff unless you're highlighting the game, like when the episodes come out.
Yeah, you just got to be paying attention. You guys
got to be paying attention. So, sometimes that's a little rough. I know they come out on Wednesdays, and I know they come out at 9 Pacific time, which is I think noon where I live. So I had to figure out how to get it to trigger because it won't do it just automatically. You have to restart the PlayStation for that shit to start up or whatever, or maybe try to play it and then it'll be like, oh, there's an update for it or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I not high on the episodic thing. I don't know if it works for what they're going for fully, but I do like what's there. I think it's worth checking out if you like a Telltale thing. I keep telling Kim, I'm like, oh yeah, once I get through this, me and you should play this again and see where we go with it, because it's definitely one of those types of games where the choices are kind of fun and see what other people would do.
That's always, I like to use that as oh, that's what you chose.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Didn't see that coming from you. All right.
I've had a few.
Julian will remember that.
Her and I have had a few of these types of games now, especially with the Corey and stuff like that. And there's been a few times where I'm like, where I've had to talk her out of a few of them. Where I'm like, are you sure? You sure that's what you want to do? I don't know if that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But that's also funny because she always lets me play them, and sometimes I just screw shit up, and then she gets to blame me for that stuff. So it's fun. We have a good time. But yeah. The Dispatch, it's pretty good. But maybe wait a couple weeks and then you can play through the entire thing in one sitting, because the episodes aren't very long. So yeah, keep that in mind. But the animation's really good. I forget to mention that. The animation for what it is excellent.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. Is it because I don't remember how the old Telltale ones were set up, but I'm pretty sure that it was the way that I'm thinking. Is it that you paid it up front and then you're getting all the episodes, or are you paying per episode? I think that's how Walking Dead was.
You pay it all up front. I think The Walking Dead was pay per episode. This is all you paid all up front. So yeah, you probably really just, if you're gonna do that, just wait, just wait and put it out.
Especially if they're coming out at such a rapid clip. Yeah, just push it until
it's like I said, they aren't that long of episodes. Just let it all come out. I think they want to go for that. That this way we stay in the conversation for longer. But I don't know. I think they're overestimating themselves a bit on that, but maybe that's just me. I don't know how good the game's doing. So yeah.
I mean, I've definitely seen a lot of people talking about it, on Blue Sky and stuff like that. But it's weird because we obviously we even get to see the metrics of how few people finish video games anyway.
Right.
And I feel that you're going to fall off even harder if you have to remember to download the rest of the game
or
later on.
Even if it automatically downloads, you're like, oh, okay, well, I forgot about that, because like I said, the news part of PlayStation isn't always the greatest at telling you stuff. So yeah. I don't know.
Steam is better about that because you'll get announcements directly from the developers, and that shows up on your well, at least on the Steam Deck, it shows up on my feed it's all on the front page of the interface.
Yeah. That's
It's like my recent games, and then right below that is like the feed of updates from recent games. So it's very easy to see like announcements and whatnot from games that I've been playing.
It's sort of in the upper ticker, even in your library, if I remember right, on the PC, something like that. So usually I know kind of like new things that have come out on PC a little bit better, but PlayStation hides it per game. Like if you're not highlighting the game that you want the news for, it won't really tell you that stuff. It doesn't have like a all together news feed, at least not that I know of.
PlayStation is weird because it'll like, it follows games for you, and it's like a limited number of games that it follows, and sometimes, and it doesn't readily update. So it'll be a weird thing where it's like, I'll get it's like, oh, here's this thing from Street Fighter 6, and it's like, I haven't played Street Fighter 6 in like since the year it came out, and it's weird that I'm still getting like, I mean, maybe part of it is because that's Capcom pushing it, because you know the new characters are a big deal, but there's other games where it's like, oh, I haven't even thought about that game in forever. It's weird that I'm getting updates
probably still will update it as long as it's installed. So yeah,
and I think I do have it still
if
on
you
my
have it
hard
still
drive
installed, it'll keep updating it just automatically. So every update that they're doing, you're probably getting those updates. And like I said, the way I got the update for the newer episode of Dispatch to trigger was I restarted the PlayStation because it didn't click into my brain to just press play on it because I'm dumb. It's just like, what if I restart it, because I think it should be out, and sure enough, then it started the download. So yeah, I don't know. Video games are weird like that, but Dispatch is good. I would wait a couple weeks. So I mean, I'll probably talk about it again when I finish it. So yeah.
And it's definitely one on my list because I really love that demo. It's been on my anticipated list for the.
I wasn't sure going in if I was gonna like it or not, but I remember you speaking highly of it, and I remember you talking about the mini game it had, and I was like, oh, that's definitely my kind of thing. I really like those kind of mini games. Those are fun.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to check it out, but like as soon as it started going, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Actually, this is yeah.
The second that I met that big Samoan dude in the bathroom, I was like,
good old Royd.
I was like, all right.
Royd's awesome. I love Royd.
Yeah, looking forward to jumping into that one.
All right.
Is that your week?
I think that's my week, game-wise? Honestly, Julian. Yeah, that's all that's what I did. I answered so many goddamn questions. Who wants to be a millionaire? It's so stupid. God, I should be ashamed, but I had a good time.
You had a week off.
Yeah, I had to pass the time somehow.
So yeah, I tried Outer Worlds 2, which we already talked about. But I finished Dark Deity 2, which I had mentioned, because at a certain point it just kind of grabbed me and wouldn't let go, and I really wanted to see it to the end. I guess I'll just start with like the big declaration, which is that Dark Deity 2 is a better Fire Emblem game than the last two Fire Emblem games.
Okay, sure.
Both in battle layout and ways that battles play out, and overall mechanics, and really like you have a lot of flexibility with the way that you tailor your characters, because not only do you have classes, and like I do have an issue. I have issues with the game for sure. One of them is that the and I mentioned this last time, the way that like the classes break out, it's not like a linear, like if you are this class, then you go from here to here to here, and then it branches to like this or this. It's like it's there's two tiers of classes, and you can just move between on either tier. Like you can keep changing, but it's like I made kind of like a consistency between them, because I was like, it doesn't make sense to me for this character to go from like, you know, using a axe to then using like a spell, like a spell book, and that's just kind of weird to me. But you can do it. But the nitty gritty is with the weapons that you equip and the runes.
Okay,
and you get into some really cool shit where, like, my main character, for the majority of the game, right up until like the last couple missions where they really ramp up like the the stats of the enemies, she was kind of untouchable because I had her to where her weapon, like her speed was fast enough that she almost always attacked twice, but she was also hitting for like 50% of a guy's health with each strike.
Right.
And also I lost track of how many times someone would hit her for 0 damage.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Like for a big chunk of the game. And then towards the end, it was like all of a sudden it was like, whoa, you hit her for like 25. What the fuck? Like, what's going on? They do kind of like arbitrarily make like the last few battles, like everybody's all of a sudden like a lot stronger, where I was like, oh, all of a sudden they are the ones attacking twice and they're doing like actual damage. It was kind of weird, but I think also I probably was supposed to be like going into optional training missions a little bit more often. Possibly. Where I was actually more like either right at the level of the enemies I was fighting or a level below, 1 or 2 levels below. So there was that. But you were able to do like some really busted ass shit with the way that you put characters together. So like this one character, Saxon, who I thought was going to be the main character. I'll talk about that in a second because that's another weird thing about the story. Yeah. His first class was like a melee, like a monk type class. And I was like, all right, I kind of like this. I'm going to keep him this way. And then when he got to like promote to his level next tier up, I kept him as a hand-to-hand. But the way that I spec'd him out, he was nigh untouchable. Okay. To the point that like not only did he just naturally dodge most attacks, but then he gained an ability, and I worked on leveling it to where it cost less mana to use. But basically, at his first turn at the beginning of any battle, I would put this move on where he would be untouchable for 7 attacks, which lasts longer than you think it would, because I think it, instead of just 7 individual attacks, it actually worked out to 7 encounters.
Okay. Yeah.
And so even when enemies are like swinging for like 2, he's just like bobbing and weaving, taking no damage, and then hitting twice himself because he was so fast. And then if he did get tapped, he had like another ability, one of the ones that he could use on the overworld instead of going into an actual encounter. So that means that there's no counter attack.
Okay.
And it would be like a key blast that I had vampire on, so then he could get health back that way. Like a big thing for me, because there's not a lot of dedicated healers, and also the dedicated healers can't heal themselves most of the time. Okay. So a big premium is like, okay, getting characters to be able to self-heal. So sometimes there's a rune that you can put on a thing where every attack like gets their health back, or certain abilities will get their health back. I turned one of the characters into a necromancer, and so like every turn I would have him spawn an undead, which didn't do much, but it would draw enemies' attacks, which was really great. So I was like, okay, they're not doing a lot of damage for me, but they are taking damage that I otherwise would have been hit with. And yeah, just a lot of flexibility there and a lot of fun. I still don't like the way that they did the overall equipment. So eventually the store does populate with better stuff. Okay. But it's not enough. Like I felt like my weapons weren't necessarily keeping up with the pace of the game, although leveling up definitely has a huge factor on your damage output and stuff like that. But it would be like, oh, this character has had like the same weapon for like the last 10 chapters. Right. Yeah. And I think part of it is like they really want you to do the optional activities, which I would try to do as much as I could of that. And also there are treasure chests, and I missed a lot of those because I didn't notice them, or it was like, oh, that's way too out of the way. But I think that's probably where the good stuff was. And I got some of it, but I still wish that the store had more to offer to really like up, because there is a couple characters where I was like, you started sucking and you continue to suck, and I don't know how to stop you from sucking because I can't equip you with anything better, but you're doing shit for damage and I don't know what to do with you.
Is there a lot of characters in it?
There's a lot of characters.
Okay.
So many, in fact, that I think I actually did a bad with my decision making. Like I think that I ran, like there was a part where it was like, oh, here's our allies, and it's like crickets.
Oh yeah.
Because like I think the decisions that I made through the course of the game, I was like, oh, we don't have very many friends out here, so we're kind of on our own, which is cool. Right. But it does make me want to play the game again. Like if I think this is already on Switch 2. I might double dip there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hold out for a PlayStation version.
Sure.
But I want to play it again and make different choices. But the other reason is that I could literally play a second playthrough using an entirely different roster, which is a really cool thing to do.
Does it also does it have the Fire Emblem, like these characters are a couple type thing going on too, or is there none of that in there?
There's bonds.
Okay.
And there's bond conversations.
It has all that.
They don't necessarily like become like a
There's
item that
no
then
time travel babies in this one.
No time travel babies in this
sad.
one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's my favorite dumb thing from Fire Emblem, but
I love time travel babies.
They're
God
so
damn.
stupid, but I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I played all of Fates, like both fucking all three versions of Fates because it had dumb time travel baby bullshit going on. So yeah.
Well, no, Fates is time dilation babies.
Yeah, it's even
because that's where you like you send them off into another dimension where they get to grow up at accelerated speed, and you don't pay attention to them until they're useful to you.
Useful to you. It's great. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. No, and the bond conversations are actually really fun, and you also get like really good rewards as you level up. And a really cool thing is that it isn't just like, oh, because these characters were next to each other in the fight. It's actually proximity.
Oh, okay.
So you have more opportunity to get bonds.
Okay, so a little
with other
easier
characters.
to do. Good. Okay,
it is. You don't get the benefit of the backup, and if they do a Dark Deity 3, I hope that they bring that in, because one of the best feelings in the world in a Fire Emblem game is when you think that you're fucked, like, oh, this guy's gonna die, and then like the person next to them like comes in and takes that strike, and it's like, oh shit, that's awesome, like I can recover from this. The story was something where during most of it, I was like, I'm liking this fine. It's not drawing me in, mainly because it wasn't going anywhere where I thought it was going to. Because there were a lot of like red herrings as far as like who the game was supposed to be about. Because like I said, the first character that you encounter is Saxon, who his whole thing is he's this adept, like he's this like natural magic user that is like a pariah in his town, and he joins the Order of Eternals, which is like the group that is like the main group in your game, and it seems like he is your guy, and then he's not. Like that's basically his main story, and then he pops up a little bit here and there. But it's really about Gwyn and her brothers. And I looked into, because also, and there's another thing where like, there's one character where the whole time it's like, they're going to end up being the villain by the end of this game. Like there's something weird about them that's swirling in the background, and it's hinting towards a heel turn. And no. And so that was weird too.
Yeah.
But I looked into it because obviously this is Dark Deity 2. And I hadn't played Dark Deity 1. And so I finally looked at the trailer for Dark Deity 1 and was shocked to find that one of your characters in the sequel is this wizened, middle-aged like wizard.
Yeah.
That in the first game, he's a fucking kid. Right. Like a child. Okay. And he's like this prodigy mage. Yeah. And he's this cute little anime boy. And it's like, wow, because a lot of time has passed and you are playing the children of the main character from the first game. Okay, yeah. And so he's in there, but I've always loved that. I wish more games would do this where you get to see actual time progress and you get to see the next generation come up. Fun. And ultimately, I really loved the story because what it's about at the end of the day is the pressure of being raised to basically replace parents that have like massive shoes to fill, and the weight of that expectation crushing down on you. Right. And it's really cool to see those characters deal with that burden and be broken by it sometimes, and then still have to continue on and grow from it and learn from it. And it's really well done. Cool. And dude, I didn't recognize any of the voice actors except for one, Cottontail VA, and I don't even know why I know that name. But it is some of the best voice acting I have ever heard. I was blown away constantly at the delivery. It is so natural and
good.
Effortless is like the wrong word to use because obviously they're acting like their lungs out, but it feels like they just like walked in, nailed it in one take and then left because it just feels like, oh, you crushed it. Excellent game. And then also as far as like last battles go, it was really cool to fight a boss where it's like they've got 2,500 hit points. Yeah. Where up to that point, the most you've seen is like 110.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And having to try to whittle them down while they're also doing big damage, and they have ads constantly like reinforcing them and encroaching on the battlefield. And I lost like a good chunk of units, and I thought I was going to have to redo the battle with a different strategy, and then I just barely eked it out at the last bit, and I was like, oh, that's good. That was great.
It's always fun in a last battle, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't recommend Dark Deity 2 enough. It's high on my list. And I wish listed the first game. I want to play the first game just to see what came before because I'm kind of invested in this world now, and I love the idea of because it was clear that there was characters that had been from the first game, but I was just shocked to see like how much time had actually passed since the first game, and I want to see more of that, and I really hope they get to do a third one because I really want to see where it goes. I wouldn't mind if it's like a very soon sequel with the same characters, or if it's like, no, this is also a similar amount of time that has passed, and it's another generation. Like I'd be down for that too. Awesome game. Cool.
I might have to. I hopefully I remember to check it out. I know it's on Switch, so yeah.
It's on Switch. You should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will probably text you next week like, hey, Dark Deity 2.
Why not?
And then real briefly, I did try out Ball Pit today for a little bit. I know it's kind of like the current crack du jour of the last couple weeks. It's in the vein of a Vampire Survivors or Balatro, where the numbers go up and makes your brain go brrr and whatnot. And I also watched friend of the show John Gholson playing it when I was at his house last time. So what it is you pick a character. Well, first you start with just like one character, and you're at the bottom of the screen. Enemies are advancing from the top of the screen towards you. You are firing balls at them. You have like a special ball and then what they call baby balls they're just constantly firing. You can choose the angle of the main ball that you fire, and then you choose when to fire it. Or you can set auto fire, but it actually makes you move slower. And you're basically just trying to attack the enemies before they get to the bottom of the screen. When they get to the bottom of the screen, they start attacking you directly, and then it gets very bad if you let them get that far.
Sounds like it.
In Vampire Survivors fashion, as you level up, you select like different perks. Like your stats go up for one, but then also it's like, hey, you can pick a new ball, or you can pick like a passive. You can level those balls and passives up. You can also fuse the balls together to get new balls, and there's like tons of combinations, and it does have that Vampire Survivors, that sweetness of like, oh shit, like things are encroaching on me and they're so close, and then you get that clutch level up and you get that new weapon or whatever, where it's like all of a sudden you start beating back the horde again, and then you're in control, and then it starts to get bad again, and it's like that ebb and flow. That's really cool. And then when you die, it's a run-based game, and so there's certain things that persist between runs, like your characters gain experience and level up, so your stats can get better as you go into like another run. There's also this weird like base building mechanic to it that kind of reminds me of Loop Hero. Where you'll put down like tiles, and then you fire villagers at the tiles just like you would the balls.
Why not?
And then if you can angle them properly, you can have them bounce around to like get a bunch of resources in like a set amount of time. And basically like then you go back and do another run, and probably by the time you come back, like the resources have regenerated and you can do that again. I don't know how I feel about the base building stuff yet. I know like John really likes it. Everybody that I've heard talk about has said that is like the it's like a big brick wall for them with the game. I haven't felt that yet.
Yeah.
What I found to be a bigger problem. So the first run was very short, which you kind of expect because like you don't have shit.
Right.
My second run went for like 10 minutes and I was like, oh, I can kind of see like how this goes. Like I felt like I was kind of crushing it.
Right.
And then the third run was like shorter than the first one. And I was like, and I couldn't understand what happened, and it felt terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was like what? Why did that happen? Like I don't. That was weird. And then and that's all I've played so far.
Okay.
So
yeah.
and I will say that like I saw that Jeff Grubb also mentioned that, like it feels bad to lose in that game, and I don't know why.
Interesting.
So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, because it never felt that way in Vampire Survivors. It always felt like you were kind of building towards something, and like you were you were figuring it out as you went, and you were slowly getting to where like you knew what you were doing.
Right.
That and also doesn't help or hurt that Vampire Survivors was like, I don't know, like $2, $5 or whatever the fuck it was. It was really cheap.
Yes.
So like, yeah, you don't never felt bad. Like it was like this fun little time sink, and then it randomly goes a bunch of weird ass places, which are really fun.
Yeah, and I don't know how much Ball Pit retails for, but it's on Game Pass right now, so that's why I played it.
I looked
15.
it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
I mean,
Game Pass, yeah.
Look, shit's gotten really expensive since Vampire Survivors
for
came
sure.
out overall.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Vampire Survivors released right now. It would probably be like a lot, at least double what originally.
Honestly, when I looked up this game, because it keeps coming up, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's on everything, and it's on the front page a lot, and I don't. Apparently, it must be a thing. And then when I look at it, all I would see was the ball part, and I actually thought it was like an Arkanoid type thing going on. Like I wasn't.
There is a little bit of Arkanoid because if you catch the balls on the rebound, then you can fire them back out faster than just letting them like fall to the bottom and then fire them out. So they're but. That's the other thing is that I feel that the game gets fairly chaotic because there's also a bit of a bullet hell element to it. And so I don't know if in like higher level play, if it's going to be too much for me.
I might try.
It also doesn't have that like, it's almost there, but there isn't that, you know, when you grab a treasure chest in Vampire Survivors and then it turns out to be like the highest tier.
Oh yeah.
There's no beating that, man.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's good.
Yeah. And I don't know there's anything quite like that in Ball Pit, at least not what I've seen so far. Maybe there is later on, but I haven't seen anything quite to that degree. Right. But in that second run, when I got like kind of far, like things did start to pop off in a way that was, you know, I was like, oh shit, it's getting a little crazy in a fun way.
Right.
But then that third run was just like so immediately like just wiped, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah, I might. If it's on Game Pass, I still have that going. I might try that out. Yeah, why not?
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
So that's actually it for me, game-wise.
That's it for me, too.
I do have some movies to talk about, but before we do that, it is a good time to take some time to thank our lovely patrons.
Okay. Let's do that.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, and it being the first of the month, it's time to thank all of our patrons, starting with the executive producer tier. We have Philip P.K. Becker.
We have Casey Curran.
We have Exrian.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have David Portnov.
We have Bookie.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Raymond Crumb.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker Podcast.
We have Big Baker.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have 60 acting harem tryst. Oh God, I gotta get ringleader who is effervescent. Okay, great.
With a hidden message that says they are free.
Okay, good.
So
thanks.
I'm glad that they're free, because hopefully that means that they don't have to keep making secret messages, because it's really difficult to translate.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We have Addy XD.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
And we have Blaine Bea.
And at the associate producers tier, we have friend of the show, John Gholson. Oh, should mention, the trailer for John's movie Man Finds Tape is now out. I will put a link to it in the show notes. That is very exciting. He's all over cool. that trailer.
That's awesome.
They are marketing that movie off of him, and that's very exciting.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. We have Weston of Big Nerd Gaming.
Yes, don't forget to check out the Big Nerd Gaming podcast. I have yet to listen to episode 2, but they ranked Final Fantasy games, which is why I'm hesitant to listen to it. Because I think I'm going to get angry.
Oh, yeah.
We have Daft Man.
And at the key grip tier, we have Thierend.
And at the free tier, we have Jake Smith.
We have Lazy Bokes.
We have Aristocratical Chic.
We have Joshua Moncrief.
And last but not least, we have Reese Duff. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. Even at the free tier, it means a lot. Really love doing this show. And hopefully a lot of you newer people stick around. And also, don't be afraid to chime in, even if you want to chime in on an old episode. I love that shit. Especially because I may have forgotten what we were talking about, and I love getting out of context comments, questions, or concerns about old shit.
I never remember what I talk about in almost any episode, so that's always fun.
Yes. So do not be shy. All right. We talked about this in the Cinnamorans episode for The Crow, but I still got shit to say because I did extra homework, as listeners will find out, or executive producers will find out. I did extra homework for the Crow episode. I watched the 2024 remake of The Crow.
Yeah, you did.
God, fuck.
You did. Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
I don't want to rehash stuff that we talked about there, because people who are in that tier will get to hear it. But I forgot some of the stuff that really ground my gears in that movie. And a big part of it is the inciting incident makes no sense in this one. So in the original Crow, and we forgot to talk about why they actually crashed into their apartment. They were disputing this really bullshit renters hike.
Yeah.
They were going to get evicted from their apartment, and they were fighting that.
Right.
And it turned out that their apartment was the people that were in charge of who they were renting to worked for T-Bird's crew. And so that's how they took care of that thing. Right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Sure.
The villain in the 2024 remake made a deal with the devil for immortality, and he's able to cause people to do what he wants by whispering demon language into their ear.
Right. Yes.
Which is cool. I actually liked that.
It's neat. Yeah.
I did say that one of the things that the first movie was missing to me was I thought there should have been a little bit more supernatural shit.
Right.
But the thing is that Eric's girlfriend has a video on her cell phone. You're not told what it is at first, but the bad guys are looking to kill her and get that cell phone, because if that video got out, it would be bad for the villain. Right? And spoilers for the 2024 piece of shit Crow remake. Dude, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah,
you find out partway through that what the video is that Shelley was performing at like a recital that the bad guy was at with other people there.
Yeah.
And he whispers into her ear to get her to get up and stab one of the people there in the neck.
Right.
So that's like the big like mid thing reveal is that, oh, he thinks that maybe his girlfriend wasn't as nice a person as he thought she was.
Right.
But it doesn't make any sense for multiple reasons.
Okay.
One, she just wants to get out of there. She's not looking to expose this guy. So if they just left her alone, no problem.
Right.
But also, if you were worried about people seeing that video, why the fuck did you have her murder someone in front of a bunch of other people, including someone that you see filming?
Because it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just have? Yeah, why wouldn't you be like, nobody can leave this room now? Like, what the fuck? Like, everybody
they should all
just,
be
like,
dead.
They should all be dead instantly, right?
Yeah.
Or at least like everybody but her, right? If she killed everybody in the room, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense because and we have a video of that because we're using that to hold over her head or something like that. I could see that. Maybe, but then yeah, I don't know. It's it's not a very good movie, man.
Shitty movie, man.
It's really bad.
Completely misses the point of the source material and the original.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan.
No. Quite bad.
But you know what I am a fan of, Justin?
What are you a fan of, Julian?
Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, which it was funny because, you know, we recently did that on Cinemorons, and one of the things that I do for that show, if you aren't like a executive producer patron and haven't heard Cinemorons, is I try to do a decent amount of research for the show to give more context for the movie. And so one of the things when we were doing the Sinners episode is that I came across this video of Ryan Coogler before the movie had come out, just nerding out over like film formats and talking about like just the different types of film and what Sinners was filmed on, and kind of giving people like, okay, if you want to see it like this is the type of theater you should go to. But really, like, if you can get to an IMAX, like, that's what you want to do, but blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, I wish that I had seen this before I saw the movie, because I would have loved to see that in an IMAX. And then they re-released it this week in IMAX format. And so I got a ticket to that because I wanted to see it.
That's cool. Yeah.
There's different flavors of IMAX theater. This is not like a true IMAX. Like, we've got a true IMAX at the Bob Bullock like History Museum.
Okay.
So they'll do like Texas history movies there, but then also they do like very special runs of like big IMAX movies.
Big movies, yeah.
So I saw like the original Deadpool at that theater with my girlfriend at the time.
Cool.
That's the last time that I saw like a true IMAX movie. Right. This is like the slightly like the mid-tier IMAX, where it's like, it's a big ass screen with an awesome sound system, but it's not like the ginormous IMAX screen that you've got to. Those types of IMAX theaters have one screen, and that's all that they do, because it's that massive of a screen. If you can get to one of those, I highly recommend it. It's a hoot.
Yeah.
Like I saw Jurassic Park, like the first Jurassic Park at one of those theaters, and I think we had to drive to like San Antonio to go see that.
Yeah.
And dude, that was a phenomenal movie going experience.
I believe it. Yeah.
I could tell just from reactions that like not everybody there had seen the movie before, so that was fun. Because that's a fun movie to experience with people for the first time if you don't really know like what's going to happen. But also, like, I know, especially post-pandemic, because even I've seen a little bit of this, even living in Austin, which has like a very historically good movie-going audience.
Sure.
But I have seen more and more people on their fucking phones during movies and shit, or talking during movies. But this audience was locked in the whole time, paying attention, digging the movie, no screens out. The sound system was incredible, and there were things that I never noticed in the 4 other viewings of this movie, like just like little sound cues and stuff like that. Like when Smoke goes to talk to Annie for the first time, and you know, he tells her about that all I've seen in my travels is blood and power.
Right.
You know, and then she goes on about like, how do you know that like all this time that I haven't been praying my heart out for you? Like, as she's going on that speech, there's this magic like whooshing sound that starts slow and then builds and builds and builds, like as she gets like more passionate about what she's talking about.
Oh, interesting.
It really like makes that scene pop in a way that I'd never noticed before.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then like when Perline is singing Pale Pale Moon, and there's that part where she does the stomping. Yeah. That was like rumbling in the whole theater. Like it felt like you were there. Just awesome.
Nice. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it looked incredible. It sounded incredible. It was really cool to see it again. There was a dude dressed like Stack a couple seats away from me, like just perfect fit.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice. It was a lot of fun. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but I guess real quick, when I was over at John's last week, because he wanted to watch like some horror movies or whatever, but then somehow it came up that I hadn't seen Better Off Dead, starring John Cusack from like 1986 or something like that. I know
that name, but I don't think I've ever seen that movie. So yeah.
And so he instantly put that on. And I hadn't seen it. I knew the name. I thought it was actually, there's a movie, and I think John Cusack is in it. I'm not sure. But I know there's some 80s movie where it's like the main character dies and comes back as a zombie or something like that. And I thought that's what this movie was, but it's not.
Okay.
There's not really much of a plot. Like, it's really just an excuse to do a bunch of like disconnected hijinks.
Okay.
But if I had seen this movie like when I was like a tween or whatever, it would have become a fundamental part of my personality.
Okay, got you.
I was so tickled through the whole movie, it in a way that like UHF like gets me, like just that type of like absurdist humor. And I was like, why haven't I seen a million things copy these gags? Because this shit is hilarious. But I had a lot of fun with that movie. I do highly recommend. I think if Kim hasn't seen it before, like that's one you also check out, because
she probably has, but who knows?
Just keep in mind, it's just dumb.
Okay.
It's just a very dumb movie, but
it's a very dumb movie.
Very fun and silly and just absurd. I think you'll dig it. Like you're hit and miss with like like the stuff that makes me laugh, but I feel this is going to be one that would hit.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and that's
highly
it.
Possible.
That's it for moi.
That sounds right. Yep. I already talked about my what I watched. I've been knee deep in almost neck deep in the fucking Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. We're almost to where Freddy was versus Jason. So
yeah,
I mean, we've seen the stinger. So yeah, and then we'll watch that and be like, well, I guess that's it. And then I don't know.
Well, no, but you gotta see. Then you gotta see Jason X.
Yeah, Jason X. Yeah, we'll probably watch that too. Why not?
I mean, I don't know that you have to. I haven't seen them.
I know I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like that would be like the dessert for me for kind of struggling through the rest of the series. But I got to see Jason X, right? Again, I keep comparing it to Fast and the Furious, where it's like, I've got to see how they get to skydiving cars. So like, that's my reward for, watching the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I was going to do comments, questions, or concerns, but, and I promise we'll get to them. We'll probably like take some time out to do that next week, like really like tackle them, but it is getting a little late, and I'm going to go see Fuck My Son with friend of the show, John Gholson.
Great.
So that's going to be part of my weekend, and then we're going to try to catch K-pop Demon Hunters in theater, because they re-released that this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And I only got to see it on Netflix, and I don't have Netflix, and I really want to see it again.
Yeah.
But it depends on if I can get the episode edited. So what I'm saying is I'm trying to
I understand.
Finish this episode.
Let's do that then.
So I think that's a show, Justin.
That sounds like a show, Julian.
Yes, sir. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you all new listeners for taking the time to check us out. Don't be a stranger. Thanks to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for providing us with our or being our announcer and providing us with our logo and artwork. But that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.